The rodeo and the Wild West, that's going to live on past my time because a rodeo cowboy or cowgirl certainly are unique individuals. And you got to be pretty special to ride more, to win more. It's man versus beast. That's as basic as it gets. The only way you fail is to not try.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Well, good evening and welcome. Chris Chandler here along with Skip Copeland. And we are excited about tonight's football game along with a packed crowd here in Idabel. It is the 113th version of the Little River Rivalry, the Broken Bow Idabel game. And Skip, this one is especially anticipated, well, by Broken Bow fans as well as Idabel fans, but we had tried to play on this field 2 years ago and were rained out, or actually the electricity went off and we were unable to finish that game or really get it started.
Yeah, if you go back 5 years, I mean, not counting this one, the previous 5 years, we've only played 3 games. So for one of the long-term series that were considered one of the longest continuous running rivalries, we hadn't played a lot in the last 5 years.
At least not on the field.
Right.
Certainly not. And this, of course, Broken Bow won the game 42-21 last year at Broken Bow. Warriors looking to be the spoilers this year as Broken Bow has off to a hot start this season, 2-0, defeated 2 5A teams. On paper, you look at it, Broken Bow is definitely a favorite in this game. But in this game, you throw all that stuff out. Anything can happen.
I agree. You're going to see, well, first of all, you're going to see Broken Bow in the solid white uniforms tonight, which I've been waiting on, this whole total whiteout thing. We've got white helmets, white pants, white jerseys, some of them got white shoes. I mean,
well,
it's
and
you know, fun.
Part of the tradition is the 89, 85 state championship teams had white helmets. And so that's one of the things that they're looking at that tradition. This is the 40th anniversary of that 1985 state championship. And you've got some well, they're going to have some really cool things to do. I know the bands are going to perform together at halftime. It's Broken Bow and Idabel, but it's down here in McCurtain County, far southeast corner of Oklahoma. So kind of one community. But this game means a lot. It has no district implications. They're even in different classes. But this is the game that a lot of players and fans look forward to when football season starts.
Well, and I'm probably sound like a broken record because every time we play Idabel I say this, but it is kind of a one-sided series here over the last few years. And by my math, Chris, this is the 114th meeting, not the 113th. I know I've seen 113 today on the internet a couple of times, but I've got us at 64, 45, and 4, which would be the 100. This would make this the 114th. So we've already played 113 times. Last 10 meetings, we're 8-2. Over the last 25, we've been 22-3, and then the last 50 meetings, 36-14. 36 wins for the Savages, 14 wins for the Warriors over the last 50 years or 50 meetings. That's actually 53 years because we didn't play in 2001 either, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, so it's a long-established rivalry. Began in 1915 between the Scouts and whatever Idabel was called at the time. I don't think they were the Warriors yet.
They weren't. They were. I'll think of it in a minute.
Yeah.
It was the.
But going back to what you were saying before, if you look at this game statistically as to what has happened so far in this season, with Broken Bow winning 2 closely hard-fought football games against a couple of 5A schools, and then Idabel losing to Valiant for the first time in quite a while. And not only was it a loss, it was quite a dominating loss. I mean, Valiant really did kind of take it to them and ran the ball pretty effectively against them. And I think what you'll see from Broken Bow tonight is a heavy dose of Snooty Neal and Graydon Howell, Dejan Hall. I mean, I think we'll go right at them. We'll go right at the edge, and we'll probably try to throw the ball deep most of the night. So we'll test them. But don't ever mistake this rivalry, because Idabel always has athletes, and they always have their emotion at the beginning of the game. Now, they don't always keep the emotion throughout the game, but they do have it at the beginning.
And we talk about acting as spoilers, of course. The only blemish on Ray Hall's head coaching career at Broken Bow with 2 state championships was a loss to Idabel in an otherwise undefeated season. Then again, Idabel's the farthest they've ever gone in football is to the state championship in 1984, but Broken Bow beat them, I believe it was 3-0 that year. So, close game, but those are the kind of games that these players look forward to. The clash it's going to be a heavy one. Now, for Broken Bow, the Savage defense has responded. I mean, it's a big B, big D. Against a quality quarterback last week with a rocket arm, they managed to hold Durant to less than 25 points and stonewall the lines when it mattered most, forcing them to punt. And Broken Bow's offense, again, complex, multi-talented. 7 different players have scored for the Savages. Cabe Pratt, Braden Williams, Dejan Hall, A.J. Brandon, Snooty Neal, and Graydon Howell all scored touchdowns. Savages offense has amassed 796 total yards offense with a balanced attack. That's almost 400 yards per game. And they have, as you see there, 422 yards passing, and that's on about 25 completions on 41 attempts. So it's not that West Coast offense, although they do throw some short routes, but they will. Graydon Hall will throw it downfield, and he has a big target in Dejan Hall. He has 288 yard receiving, I believe, so far this season. They have a running attack too, 370 rushing yards, and as you mentioned, Snooty Neal is just a powerful bruising back. Idabel knows it because he was on that team last year.
Yeah, what's interesting about this team is you see that run-pass mix is right where Maverick wants it to be. 79 rushing attempts so far this year, 41 passing attempts. And so the Savages really have the kind of balance that they're looking for with respect to the run and pass. What you're not seeing actually are a lot of rushing yards from their quarterback, which is what kind of got us going last year. Graydon had to do most of the work, but the reason is because he turns and hands the ball to Neal, and Neal has been the workload, but it's Graydon that's the motor of this particular vehicle, and he's really put some statistics together over the course of his last season and the first 2 games of this one. You see some very impressive statistics on the screen. Talk about that for a minute, Chris.
Well, it's just he's likely, I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's likely over 2,500 career passing yards. He's just, 84 yards away. That could be in one throw. He's thrown an 87-yarder, I believe, already last year to Hall. But that's a duo that they're going to have to watch. And again, that's 24-16 passing yards with 1,195 rushing yards. Just that's one of the reasons he is the top-rated quarterback in Oklahoma in the class of 2027. And Idabel's going to have to try to contain him tonight. I think we're about to have the national anthem.
Yeah, the Warriors have kind of quietly entered the stadium here, and they're already on their sideline. I didn't even see them come in. And the Savages, I see them gathered up in the helmet down here coming through the tunnel, and they are ready to take the field as well. We do have, I think we're still just a couple of minutes away here from the national anthem and the prayer. But, yeah, this is shaping up really for this rivalry this year. It shapes up, if you look at it from Broken Bow's standpoint, it's their game to win. Go out, do your job. You've got the better team. Just execute. You come away with a victory. For Idabel, they got everything to gain. I mean, you beat Broken Bow, and all of a sudden, it changes the perspective of your whole season. If you're Idabel, of having lost to Valiant in week 1, or week 0, actually.
Yeah. And there's the same motivation for the Warriors that Broken Bow had last year with Clay at quarterback, and say, you've got players that played for this Idabel Warrior team last year that are on Broken Bow's team. Cade Pratt, one of the starting linebacker, leading tackler for Broken Bow.
Let's pause for the national anthem.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for blessing everyone who is here tonight with traveling grace. Lord, I pray that you place an angel over every single one of the athletes that are performing tonight. And Lord, I pray that everyone returns home safely tonight after the game. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
And at this time, we invite everyone to stay standing as the Idabel FFA presents our nation's flag and the Warrior Pride Marching Band honors America, our veterans, and our first responders with the playing of our national anthem.
A nice rendition. That was, so I was talking about, the same factors that, Kate Brett is the leading tackler for the Broken Bow Savages. He's tied with Cale Ginn 11 tackles, but he has 11 solo tackles. And so that's something that the Idabel Warriors, he played for them last year, that may have a little factor in here. They want to show him, they're going to certainly come after him when he is on offense if he carries the ball, but also try to block him, try to keep him out of there. But man, what a physical specimen he is. And this is probably a big motivation for him. Yeah, he has something to prove against his former teammates.
Yeah, I agree. And last week we saw him really make a mess of the opponent's backfield. He was really disruptive, lots of tackles for loss last week. Lots of good stuff going on with Pratt in the backfield last weekend. We'll see him again. We'll see Jason Sossman again, who's going to be have a big role to play in this game at one of the end positions. Achilles Pearson, who set out last week, is back in uniform tonight. Not sure the extent of how much action he'll see, but we'll keep an eye on that as the game moves on. You see the captains moving to the middle of the field. Graydon Howe, A.J. Brannon, Cale Ginn, and Josh McDaniel are the 4 Broken Bow captains.
Number 6, Quincy Punt. And number 66, Chris Bledsoe.
And then you see the Idabel catcher. You might have heard the Jerry Falling, the announcer, very familiar with both these teams. He also is the PA announcer for most of Broken Bow's home games. But one of the guys to watch there for Idabel, number 66, Chris Bledsoe. I mean, he is a down lineman, but was a key element in Idabel's basketball team last year. He's a big, fast guy, and so he does have speed, especially for his size. And his size, as you can see, is pretty substantial.
Well, look at number 6 beside him there, and they're the same size, and he's a running back.
Yeah,
he was a lineman last year.
That's Quincy Pond.
That's Quincy Pond.
Yeah. But again, and I believe he played basketball, but Broken Bow has a star basketball player as well. He's also the top-rated quarterback in the state in Class 4A.
Yeah, we're not playing basketball tonight.
That's
so
right.
That's the good news. Looks like the teams are both gathered up. Idabel actually came out for the prayer and the anthem, and now they're back in their helmet as well. So the two teams will go through their respective spirit lines here in a moment.
And this is nice to see. Sky Baker also out there with the captains at midfield, a team leader out with an injury this week. But he
Idabel won the toss. They have deferred. The Savages will receive the football. They will be have their back to the south end zone. So the Warriors will kick from north to south, left to right on your screen tonight. And the Savages will have that white uniform on offense first tonight. Well, it really looks good. Setting the scene for you here tonight. It's a beautiful night, very warm, not quite as humid as it has been, but still a little bit of humidity in the air tonight. Good crowd on hand, still filing in. In fact, the home crowd is lined up all the way around down the sidewalk, turn the corner, and and it goes just about as far as I can see, still waiting to get into the game, and we're less than 2 minutes away here from what would be the official start of the game. I suppose they'll give us a few minutes after that. The teams haven't entered the stadium.
Here come the Savages. Again, thanks to all our sponsors. If you're watching this, it's courtesy of the people you see in the upper, well, you saw in the ads that we run, as well as those in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Arklahoma Pool Spas and Outdoor Designs up there at Broken Bow. Give them a call. Really, as they develop, they build pools. Also, right there in the same area, thanks to Crystal Forest Wedding Venue. Appreciate their sponsorship. Owned by former Savage, Dennis Jordan.
Yeah, congratulations to Dennis and Candace. They tied the knot officially last weekend while we were working the ball game.
Yeah, appreciate your support of Broken Bow Savage football. And here come the Warriors. We were about moments away, 50 seconds according to the clock from the kickoff of this historic 113th or 114th meeting of these two teams. Well, technically, the meeting, I mean, 2 years ago we did meet and play a couple of series, so you can count that one as not a complete game, but as a attempt anyway.
So here we are. The scene is set. The Little River Rivalry, whether it's 113 or 114, it doesn't matter. We're going to play the next one right here tonight. The Savage kick return unit gets on the field. They will send a deep back in the middle of the field. That looks like Isaiah Fields.
It is.
Dejan Hall and Snooty Neal, Cade Pratt. Those are the deep backs.
You know, we talked about Cade Pratt, but we didn't even mention Snooty Neal as far as he played at Idabel last year, and he is a bruiser, man. He is a workhorse in that offense. Savages also have the benefit of having multiple talented people in skill positions, so they can rotate those backs out, have a fresh set of legs there to churn it out on offense.
Well, I know that there was some talk on the radio this week and other places about these kids moving back and forth between these schools, but that's been going on a long time, folks. And, you're hard-pressed. You'll go down the Idabel sideline, you probably find several players that have been to school in the Broken Bow system, and you go to the other sideline, you find the same thing. Kids that were so close to each other community-wise, and a lot of times they don't have, their parents are not living together, and one of them might live in Idabel and the other one in Broken Bow, so that's the kind of thing that goes on. All three of these young men, Neal, Pratt, and Dejan Hall, at one time went to school in Idabel, but that's been, they've gone to school at Broken Bow. They've gone to school at Idabel. This year they go to school at Broken Bow.
I remember the first game we called together on the air was Broken Bow Idabel, and it was Tiger Wooten who had played at both schools.
I think that was, I believe that was in 1990.
It was in 1990.
Wow. So that's
the previous millennium.
So our first game together was 35 years ago.
That's correct. In October. That's when they were still a district opponent.
That's true. So the Warriors will tee it up, and we'll get this game underway. We've got Jonathan Calloway directing things for us tonight, and Coach Dustin Lazelle is on the camera for us.
Just moments away from the kickoff.
Let's get this party started.
Gonzalez to do the honors for the Warriors, and there's a
high kick. It's going to bounce and be fielded by Pratt, who will just cover it up at the 27-yard line, and that's where the Savages will take over. So Neal and Pratt, a little bit of confusion there. One of them probably should have stepped up and caught the ball, but they let it fall to the ground but got on it safely, and the Savages will set their offense up. Expect them to come out looking deep on the first play of the game. That's so far the first couple of weeks. That's what we've seen. Of course, I'm sure Idabel has seen that as well on film. But it's a Maverick Lane type thing to come out and say, hey, stop us if you can. And we'll see if that's the way the Savages set things up tonight. Josh McDaniel in the middle of the field there is your center, a 3-year starter. We'll set the other lineman here in just a moment as Graydon Howe is alone in the backfield with 5 receivers in formation. They'll flip Pratt to the left side of the offense, put Neal in motion, and now we've got a penalty.
Maybe delay a game.
It's offsides against Idabel.
Well,
so the Savages will get 5 the easy way here to start the game. It'll be first down and 5 after the offsides is marked off against Idabel.
That's the thing about a game of this intensity. You're so excited, but you have to control yourself. You don't want to commit a penalty like that and give the Savages a short field before they've even ran an offensive play.
That'll move the ball to the 32-yard line, Savage territory. Same formation, but they'll flip the trip receivers this time into the narrow boundary. That's Neal in the short slot. H-back will flip. Pratt to the right side of the offense. Now Neal in motion. Jet sweep. Handoff. He has room across the 35 to the 40. Across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Stop the clock. Move the chains. The Savages on the first play of scrimmage have a 1st and 10.
That was just kind of a power football move as they sent Neal in motion, but he went between the tackle and guard, or between the tackle and tight end on the other side. And it results in a 1st down for Broken Bow. And the backside backers can't commit to just stopping Neal because they have to worry about Graydon Howe. That buys another step for him. And when you give him another step, he gets his momentum going forward and can hurt you.
Graydon looking to the sideline. Hunter Shomo and Sonny Freeman are the guards. Here's a handoff. Neal again, straight ahead, across the line of scrimmage, still pushing the pile to the 45-yard line. And down he goes there, a gain of about 4 yards on 1st down, leaves 2nd and 6 for the Savage offense.
That was a good power run after contact as Neal was hit at about the 43-yard line by a Pond and managed to use his strength to fall forward for another 2 yards.
Lucas Curry and Aiden Hammonds are the tackles. That's your 5 up front. Pratt is the H-back. Here's A.J. Brannon in motion to the slot. Graydon rolls left, looking downfield, wants to fire the football. He's got an open receiver flashing. It's Brannon, and it's overthrown. Incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 10:42 left here in the first period. And the Savages will be faced with 3rd down and 5.
That was decent protection. Graydon had time for that play to develop, rolling this way. A little bit of pressure from the backside by Baker, but not any that forced the throw, just an overthrow by Howe.
Yeah, a bit of a flood design with more receivers on this side of the field, and Graydon had some choices there. He went for the deep receiver, Brannon, but he overthrew him. Incomplete, and now 3rd down. Savages need just a little more than 5 yards here on this play. They'll send Fields in motion. Toss to Neal, hit in the backfield, and down he goes, a tackle for loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. As the Warriors are able to make the stop on 3rd down, the Savages will face a 4th down in a punting situation.
Yeah, and that is a huge momentum raiser for the Warriors as they were able to stop Brokenbow's offense after giving up a 1st down. That was Gonzalez on a stunt right there in the backfield.
Long snapper is Blake Skelton. He gets the football back to A.J. Brannon. Brannon gets a good high kick away, moving up and hit immediately after he fields the football as the Savages are right there in protection. I didn't see who that was, but
Wow.
Oh, that was number 40.
I think it was 6. I think that was Maverick Soto, and a perfectly timed hit.
So the Warriors take over on 1st and 10. Bentley Brown was down there as well. I'm not sure which one made the contact. I think you might be right. It was 6, I believe. 10:08 left here in the first period. The Warriors with their first offensive possession of the game. They are led by quarterback Mac Dixon. He is converted back to quarterback. He played quarterback in middle school, as I understand, and then he went to receiver over the last couple of seasons, and now he is back in the backfield at quarterback.
Be interested to see what the Warriors try first snap. If they try to maybe some misdirection or play action and try to catch the Savages sleeping.
Football is at the 22-yard line in Warrior territory, and the official timeout here. Something is not working. What is it, a play clock maybe? I think the play clock's off. Yeah, we don't have a play clock on this end.
It's at 4 seconds.
Yeah, and we don't see one at all on this other end, so where is it supposed to be? I don't see it.
Oh, well, and that may be something officials notice because you have to have one at both ends. The quarterback can't look over his shoulder to check, so.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not working. That's what it is. I see it now.
I do too.
Yeah. So we don't have a play clock. Idabel's quarterback cannot see a play clock, so we'll see what they're going to decide to do here. The referee is going to give them hand signals. So he'll count it off once it gets to 10 seconds. He'll count hand signals.
As they send somebody with an extension cord to plug that other one in.
Here are the Warriors. Single set back. Mad rush from the Savages, and down he goes in the backfield. Another tackle for loss for Cade Pratt.
Wow.
That was a jailbreak, Chris.
It sure was, and it wasn't just Pratt, although it looked like he went unhindered. I think somebody tried to block him, but it was also Braden Williams from this side. Quarterback had nowhere to go as he was sandwiched between two guys coming from opposite sides, and that results in a huge loss.
That's a loss of 13 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 23 as Dixon finds himself in a passing situation right away in this football game. I'll set the Savage defense for you in just a moment. Here's the snap, low snap, picks it up, fires the football out. It's caught in the flat, and the Savages will surround him. A penalty marker comes in behind the line of scrimmage here as the Savages will make the stop. It's a gain on the play of about 6 yards, but we'll wait to see what the infraction is.
That's in the area of either holding or roughing the passer.
Here comes the white hat through the middle of the Idabel huddle here, and let's see if he gives us a signal. Still have not seen one. There he is, holding against the Warriors. Half the distance, that'll take it back to the 4-yard line, and we'll replay 2nd down. So negate that completion, that doesn't count, and they'll replay 2nd down from this time the 4-yard line. The line to gain is the 32. So they've got a ways to go, that is. Handoff at the backfield, some open running room, cuts it up. Pond on the move. He gets up across the 10, almost to the 15. As Pratt chases him down from behind, they'll mark the football at the 14-yard line or 15. They're going to put it at the 15-yard line. So that's a nice gain, 11 yards on 2nd down, but still 3rd and way outside the chains here. 3rd and about 16, maybe 16 and a half to go on this play.
Just a simple off-tackle play, and they had room to run, but the Savages are guarding the deep route and keeping them from getting to inside the chains again.
Savages with 3 down linemen up front here this time. That's Tywan Murphy in the middle, Bentley Brown on the right side, and Jackson Porter on the left side. Dixon wants to throw the football, has an open receiver, and the Savages will corral him. Short of the 1st down, it's going to leave 4th and about 5. A nice pass and catch on a little crossing route there, but a long ways from the chains that time, and the Warriors will go 3 and out as well. And the Savages will get a chance to improve field position here. We watched the punters in the pregame, Chris, and they have a Jamaican transfer student who does the kicking for them.
Actually, I think I don't know if is he from Jamaica or South Africa?
Oh, no, he said West Africa.
Maybe South Africa,
yeah.
But it's Matichwa, and he did play rugby.
Is that him, number 3?
No, that's actually not him.
Yeah, I don't think so. He's not number 3. No, yeah, it is.
Yeah,
that's him, okay. Matichwa. He gets the kick away, end over end. It's going to bounce.
It is a rugby.
Graydon will get away from it as they'll cover it up at the 35-yard line. So the Savages will take over their 2nd offensive possession at the 35-yard line. Let's take a short timeout. We'll be back with more action right after this.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in
Jatarius Neal on the carry on 1st down, and we were still in the commercial there. He takes it off right tackle, moves the football about 9 yards on 1st down. A nice carry across that right side. Sonny Freeman and Aiden Hammonds doing the blocking up front. Savages still in a power set here with that overload to the right-hand side of the scrimmage. Receivers split to both sides. Neal in the backfield. Now they'll flip the power to the left side of the offense. That's Brannon and Williams. Here's the handoff to Neal, looking for room, cuts it up the midfield stripe across midfield to the 48-yard line, has his legs cut out from under him there, but that's going to be enough to move the chains. Another Savage 1st and 10.
Yeah, and that's power football. The Warriors kind of knew where the ball was going. They had the tight end and the H-back over here, but it didn't matter as they cleared a path, and Snooty Neal did the rest. Got across midfield. Savage is now threatening an error in Warrior territory.
So once again, Graydon with the hard count gets the Idabel defensive end to jump off sides, and we'll get 5 the easy way. as they'll move the football from the 49 in Warrior territory to the 44. It'll be first down and 5.
And that's good discipline by the Savage offensive line. Sometimes it's hard in a tied game early not to jump yourself, but they are disciplined, listened in the huddle, and got an easy 5 yards.
Savages with Fields and Hall to the top side. Graydon looking downfield, wants to find Fields outside. He's got him complete. That's going to be enough for a first down as he's tackled at the 35-yard line in Warrior territory. The clock will stop with 6 minutes 40 seconds left first period. The chains will move as the Savages continue to rack up first downs here early in this football game.
Nice catch, great throw as he was sandwiched between Lewis and White, and the ball was right on the money. It moves the chains again. Second first down in as many plays, Skip.
Number 74 moving on to the field. That's Jackson Price, a 5'10 sophomore, 236-pounder. He moves out at the left tackle position, replacing Lucas Curry. Graydon with a first down and 10. Puts Williams in the slot right. Handoff, fake. Now Graydon keeps the football. He's got a problem. Tries to change his direction. Now he'll flip it outside, out of bounds, incomplete. As Graydon again making the decision, I think that might have been a zone read, and Graydon decided to keep the football and wound up surrounded by Warriors. Has to throw the football away. Savages will face 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it was good discipline by the offensive line not to get downfield, so he had the option to throw the ball, but that was a jailbreak. There were 6 Warriors in there chasing Graydon around.
Neal and Howell in the backfield. Graydon rolls left, looking downfield. He's got Brannon flashing to the flag, and it's over his head. A.J. just lost the ball in flight there, and the penalty marker comes down at the line of scrimmage. Graydon was out on the move. There's a possibility of a downfield lineman there, possibility of a hold. Let's see. Usually that flag is on the offense when it's in that location on that kind of play.
And they are discussing it with the Warriors, and Savages look like they are.
It is holding against Broken Bow. The Warriors most certainly will take that 10-yard penalty.
Just second down. So
Savages will replay second down, but from 10 yards further back, 2nd and 20.
Shame now it wouldn't have mattered because of the holding penalty, but Brandon was open on that play in the end zone.
Yeah, he really was. And I think he lost the ball in flight there. I mean, it was Graydon threw the ball. The ball actually landed in the red in the goal in the end zone, so it was a catchable football. But I think A.J. just lost it while it was in flight. There's Graydon in the backfield. Straight drop back. Now he wants to throw the ball screen. It's open for Neal. Cuts it up to the right-hand side. He's got first down yardage, still on his feet, and knocked out of bounds just outside the 20-yard line. As Snooty Neal takes the screen, gets some great blocking outside on that down that Broken Bow sideline and gets knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets a 1st and 10. With 5:53 left here in the first period, the Savages, without any score on the board tonight, they have their first threat just outside the red zone at the Warrior 21-yard line.
Just the right amount of touch on that pass from Graydon, and Snooty took it down the sideline and accelerated. I'm impressed by how fast he got up to speed.
Yeah, they really did sell the fake as well, so Savages did a good job on the play action that time. Twin receivers to the wide side of the field. One receiver in the short boundary. Now they'll flip Williams, the H-back, to the right side and balance the offense. Hall in motion, jet sweep, fake, handoff, Neal straight ahead, has running room across the 20, down to the 16-yard line. A nice gain of about 5 yards on first down for Snooty Neal, and he's getting the lion's share of the work here on offense so far.
And to the Savage O-line again, because there was nobody at the first level, none of the down linemen for the Warriors anywhere near the ball. It was the linebacking core that made the contact about 4 yards downfield.
So we see Cole Patrick enter the football game for the first time on offense here as Neal will get a breather. We'll see Patrick in the backfield along with Graydon Howe. 3 receivers, 2 to the wide boundary. That's Brannon and Hall. Now they'll flip Williams to that side as well. Graydon will roll. This is a designed keeper. Looking for a block outside. Now he'll cut it back at the 15 to the 10. Dives towards the 8-yard line, and down he goes. Loose ball. And they're saying the ball was on the ground. No fumble. Idabel celebrating because they covered the football. But Graydon hit the ground when the ball came loose. That should be enough. With 4:54 left here in the first period, that should be enough to move the chains. And it is. It'll be a 1st and goal for the Broken Bow Savages.
Yeah, and a good non-call by the officials as Graydon dove forward, extended the ball as he was going down because he saw where the first down marker was, and they managed to get it across that line. And this is, you're right, 1st and goal from the 9, almost as far out as you can have a first and goal.
Fields wide right. That's Hall wide left. Williams in motion. Patrick still the running back. Handoff. Cole Patrick trying to sweep right. Tries to get to the edge. Can't get there. Gets turned inside. Now he's horse-collared and thrown down at the 6-yard line. That's going to be a short gain. Maybe 3 yards on the carry. No call on that. Looked like they hit him by the back of the shoulder pads, but they must have been outside of the neck gear there, so no call on the play. Clock continues to run, under 4 minutes left. Second and goal.
Smart cut by Patrick as he bounced off it, man. What turned what would have been a 1-yard loss into a short gain, and so it's just outside the 5-yard line. Let's call it the 6.
We've seen the Savages have their struggles inside the red zone so far this year. They've had several turnovers, both on downs and the old-fashioned kind of turnover. Here's Pratt in motion. Handoff is to Patrick, straight ahead, just grabbed by the legs at the 5 and driven backwards as he gets progress about the 4-yard line. We'll give him 2 there, and that's going to bring up third down and goal, 4 yards out of the end zone here. Savages with 2 downs to work with here and would really like to get some points.
Well, looks like they have the power package in now, Skip. Although they do have Dejon Hall out here as an option too on the near side split receiver.
Yeah, they're going to stick with 3 receivers here, so they still have their base offense in there. Patrick stands beside his quarterback at the 10-yard line. He'll get the fake handoff, and they'll flip it out into the flat, and that's going to be an easy touchdown for Cade Pratt. The H-back just kind of stood his ground and waited on the play action, and an easy touchdown for the former Warrior. He's got his second of the season for the Savages, and the Savages will lead 6-0, 2:57 left first period, and we've got the kicker on for the point after attempt.
Yeah, it's going to be Zaragoza, and that 4-yard pass capped a 65-yard drive that started with about 7.5 minutes left. So 2:57 now, 4.5-minute drive, not bad.
Bad snap, but they get the hold down. The kick is up and good. 7-0 Broken Bow, 2:57 left first period. You're watching Savage Football on the Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel. We'll be right back.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
And welcome back. High atop the press box here, and the Savages will kick it off. See, the high kickoff is fielded without a fair catch call, and a lot of bodies go flying here as the kickoff and kickoff return units are slapping each other around. Brenner Baptiste Moore, number 28, is the young man who took the kickoff. Such a short kick. The Savages put the Warriors in great field position here at the 44-yard line. It looked like that Zaragoza just missed that kick, actually. I mean, he just barely got a piece of it.
Yeah, usually he kicks them sky high and has about a 4, 5, or 6 second hang time. That one was not one of those. But the Warriors have an opportunity here, but they're going to have to get through the Savage defense first. Savage defense has, again, played a great game, held them
so I don't have
downless earlier.
I don't have a number 82 on the roster, but we have a number 82 on the field. So
the new white jerseys.
Until we figure out who that is, we're just going to call him number 82. Warriors in their base offense here. One back in the backfield, and the Savages are just take your pick on who that penalty's on.
Let's say number 82.
Yeah,
we don't call a name.
So the Warriors are going to get 5 the easy way here. We'll step off 5 and replay, or we'll play first down, 1st and 5.
That ball offsides against the Savages. After the penalty mark off, it'll be 1st and 5 for Idabel Warriors.
Yeah, I'm wondering if well, no, it's not Meddock because he's on the other side, number 33.
Yeah, it's somebody we know, but we just haven't figured out who it is yet. Here's a handoff. He's going to lose yardage on 1st and 5. He's going to lose about a yard on that. Leave 2nd down and 6.
Again, a jailbreak. That was Jackson Porter, Maddock back there as well, along with a couple of other Savages. And the Savage defense is just slicing through this down line, these down linemen for the Idabel Warriors. Still got a couple of yards, though.
Number 82 is Brian Clay. Brian Clay is not another former Warrior and former Savage. Is another one of those kids that have played both. Jet sweep, handoff, still running outside. Breaks a tackle or two and then gets knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets 1st down yardage. That's a nice run by number 4 for the Warriors. That is J-Ron. Nope, that's number 14. I don't have number 4 on my roster either. Jordan Lewis. Jordan Lewis takes that sweep and moves the chains for the Warriors as the Savages defenders had a shot at him there and couldn't quite get the tackle.
Yeah, I think Lewis is a sprinter on the Warrior track team, and you see why.
Murphy and Porter up front, along with Ginn and Brown on the ends. Got Clay at one of the outside backers here. Pratt in the middle, Maddock at the other backer. Fields, Hall, Patrick, and the other cornerback is Heath. Here's the handoff to Pond, hitting the backfield. They won't let go, and down he goes at the 45-yard line. A loss on the play of about 3 yards here. It'll leave 2nd and 13. They're going to set him at the 41. I'm sorry, the 44. And it'll be 2nd and 13.
That loss courtesy of Pratt and Porter. Sounds like either a law firm or a lawnmower manufacturing company. But they just came unhindered into the backfield. Savages are playing with what amounts to 5 down linemen now, playing against the run.
So they send Lewis wide left this time. Dixon in the gun. Pistol, actually. Fake handoff. He's got some pressure. Now he'll scramble. Savages try to contain. He makes one man miss to the 30, to the 25. Pushed out of bounds by Isaiah Fields. But a nice run that time by Mac Dixon to move the chains. And the Warriors have a possession deep in Savage territory here for the first time in this football game at the 24-yard line.
And again, Savage came through unhindered, but Dixon used his speed to elude one tackle. And once he was out on the corner, Savages had trouble catching him.
Dixon alone in the backfield here. Now they'll send the back in. Number 24 joins him. 2 receivers split to either side here. Savages will give them 5 the easy way. Again, another pre-snap foul. Mental mistake by the Savages with 59 seconds in that first period. And the Warriors will take a timeout. So was that a penalty or not?
I don't know. I don't think they broke the plane.
Well, I never did see a flag. So I don't think that was a penalty. And then we had a timeout called by Idabel. So we're going to still see that 1st and 10 play when play resumes.
Yeah, we did jump. We just didn't jump across the line of scrimmage.
Gotcha. Once again, folks, we want to remind you about the fact that these live streams on our YouTube channel are absolutely free to you. No charge involved, and that's getting to be more and more rare these days as more and more schools are going to a pay-per-view type program, and we don't have to do that, and that's thanks to our sponsors so generously being our partners throughout the year. Not only do they bring the live streams to you, but they make the social media feed possible as well. So all that great information that you're getting online, that comes via these media partners, and we appreciate them so much. As the Savage Sports on YouTube brought to you by all of those fine folks, and we hope you'll tell them how much you appreciate them. Here go the Warriors with 1st and 10. Football at the 24-yard line. Dixon with a quick pass outside. It's caught but hit immediately as Fields will wrap him up. He'll get the gain on the connection, but that's about all, as it'll be let's give him 3.5 yards or so to the 20-yard line, and they'll play 2nd down and 6.
Good reaction, but I believe that was Fields and Maddock out there. Tajon Murphy also in at defensive line, Skip.
Yes. Yeah, Murphy started, I believe. Murphy and Brown. Murphy Brown. That's gonna date back a little further than some of our viewers will even know what that means.
Well, they weren't born for another 2 decades.
Right. Dixon with some confusion here. He's trying to get Pond into the game. 23 on the play clock here. Now they reset it to 25. So The Warriors have, now the play clock will move, so Dixon has plenty of time. Rolling left, looking downfield, fires it in the general direction of two of his receivers. Falling safely incomplete, and the Warriors will face third down and a long 6 yards here.
Yeah, I think that was going to be intended for Jordan Lewis, who was down inside the 5-yard line, but fairly well covered. And he might have pulled that when he saw the Savages flash over and cover him instead of throwing an interception. He might have pulled it at the last and thrown it into the, I would say into the dirt, but into the artificial dirt to avoid an interception. Good defense by Broken Bow, and now it's going to be second long for Idabel. There's a flag on the field, Skip.
Yeah, I see that, and we're going to mark it off against the Warriors. I didn't see the call. Here comes the official. So that's an ineligible receiver downfield. So they'll mark the football back to the 25-yard line, and we'll replay second down. Second and 11 now. The Savage defenders getting their work in here as they've had several extra plays on this possession. 23 seconds left first period. The Warriors had a red zone possession, and now they're back outside at the 25-yard line. Savages with a lot of white shirts up front on that line. Bringing the backers. Here comes the middle backer straight ahead. Dixon wants to fire the football. Throws it well downfield over the intended arms and of his receiver out there, and that'll bring up third down and 11.
Isaiah Fields is an excellent downfield corner coverage defensive back, as he was running step for step, no chance. There wasn't even a gap to throw the ball over the shoulder, as he was right there. So that may have saved an interception, certainly avoided a deflection by Fields, but good coverage by the senior cornerback.
Yeah, you got to credit that pressure up front as well, as the Savages brought the backers. So they had about 7 guys rushing that time, and that does leave the cornerback out on an island one-on-one with that receiver. But as you mentioned, Isaiah had him locked up. They were doing a little hand checking with one another, but nothing that drew a flag anyway. Here's Pond in the backfield, and Dixon again wants a timeout. 17 seconds left in the first period. The Warriors have used 2 of their 3 allotted timeouts in this half, and we're going to take a break. Let's take a break. We'll be back with more Savage football right after this.
The rodeo in the Wild West, that's going to live on past my time, because a rodeo cowboy or cowgirl certainly are unique individuals. And you got to be pretty special to ride more, to win more. It's man versus beast. That's as basic as it gets. The only way you fail is to not try.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
The rodeo in the Wild West, that's
to Idabel, where the Warriors have third down and 11 against this Savage defense. Savage is trying to make the stop here. Dixon in the shotgun. Has Pond in the backfield, low snap, looking for the quick pass, fires it down the middle of the field, and throws it in between 2 intended receivers. I'm not sure which one he was throwing for, but it was about 6 yards from either of them, and it falls incomplete. Third down and 11.
And thank A.J. Brannon for putting pressure on him as he rushed that throw, came across through a double team, really coming around behind Dixon, and probably forced to throw a little early. Good coverage downfield, though.
One thing I'm noticing about Dixon is he is throwing to a spot and not really looking downfield. He is expecting his receiver to move to a position. So the Warriors now will face fourth down and 11. The Savages stick to their base defense here and will spread the field out.
I want to watch for a trick play with trips out to that far side.
Dixon, low snap. Now he'll keep the football, has some running room. Pratt stays at home, and wow, they hammer Dixon. Coming in from behind is Murphy, as Pratt had him around the waist, and the Warriors will turn it over on downs with a defensive stop by the Savages. We'll see the Savage offense again, a 7-0 lead, and 5 seconds left to work with here in the first period.
Yeah, Murphy's Law in action there for the Warriors, as Murphy leveling. Pratt hit him low, Murphy hit him high. Murphy came all the way, turned around after he had overrun the play, came back and walked him from the other side. Good job on fourth down. I mean, Savages, after letting them penetrate slightly into the red zone, had 3 plays for either loss or no gain, and as a result, it's Broken Bow Savage football.
Hammonds and Curry back out there at the tackles. That's Shomo and Freeman at the guards. McDaniel the center. Howell in the backfield along with Neal. They'll have motion with Williams and set him to the left slot. Here's the handoff to Neal in the backfield. Caught in the backfield, and he's going to lose yardage as the Warriors had him before he even got the football, really. A missed block up front by one of our tackles, and the Warriors were able to corral Neal for a big loss on the play.
Yeah, that was Bryce B., and he ran right through a block, got back there in the backfield, and did not allow the play to develop. Savage is going to have to do something about that as he's playing a defensive tackle spot, and you got to, either double team him or make sure you get that block. As a result, it's it looks like they're moving the ball.
This is into the quarter.
Oh, okay. I'm looking through binoculars. I didn't even see that. I was saying, they're moving the.
I was waiting on you to finish so I could roll us out of the quarter. And you.
Well, let's do that.
Yeah, okay. Let's take a break. We'll be back with the second period right after this.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
And welcome back. Savages with the football, second down and about 15 after that loss on first down as Neal was caught in the backfield here, and we'll begin the second period with the Savages behind the chains, moving this time from north to south. Really no wind to speak of here. Flags are actually lying flat against the flagpole. Now Graydon will take his time setting the offense up here, as we don't have any time on the game clock is the problem. Now they've got 12 minutes set on the game clock.
Hey, the play clock's back on the other end zone as well.
Yeah, I saw that. Everything just a little bit out of time tonight, a little bit rough all the way around. Here's Graydon rolling left. Pump fake. Now he'll fire the ball out. It's caught by Hall. That's 25 to the 30. First down yardage across the 35-yard line, and he's rolled up at about the 37. That's enough to move the chains with 11:53 left first half. The Savages with a 1st and 10.
Good pass by Howell, a little outside, but a great catch by Hall. He had to extend his arms out there, but he kept running, just as showing some great receiver skills. Man, he is something special, Skip. Just a sophomore.
36-yard line, first down and 10. Neal in the backfield. Howell in the pistol. 3 receivers to the right side of scrimmage. Handoff to Neal. Has room. Penalty marker comes in as Neal gets knocked backwards at the 40-yard line. And we'll see what the call is. That's, again, usually a blocking foul against Broken Bow, and it appears that is the case. I'm sure the Warriors will take this after a gain on first down. They'll move the Savages back 10 on the holding call, and we'll replay first down. Instead of the 36-yard line, we'll set it up at the 26-yard line.
I'll tell you one thing about wearing these solid white uniforms. On artificial surface, usually by this time in the ball game, they're all covered in dirt and mud, and they're still looking pristine.
Here are the Savages, first down and 20. Graydon Howell with some pressure, shakes one defender, now rolls back to his left, fires the football out. He's got an open receiver. It's incomplete. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Was that Brandon or Fred?
That was Brandon, and that's a shame because that was a nice adjustment by Howell, and he threw the ball on a kind of a loop over the defensive back's head, and AJ had to turn around and catch it like a basket catch, but couldn't hang on to it.
So that'll bring up second down and 20. Savages will stay with the same personnel. Fields wide right. That's Dejon Hall in the slot. Graydon rolling to that direction. Looking downfield, fires it out for Fields, who steps up and catches the football at the 38-yard line. And then is knocked down. He's back inside the chains by about a yard or so, and that's going to bring up a third down and about 9.
I think if they give him his forward progress, it should be a first down.
No, it's not a first down.
Oh, I'm sorry. He's back inside the chains. Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong one. That was a good adjustment, getting the Savages back inside the chains, but that's gonna bring up a 3rd and long, almost 3rd and 10.
Yeah, I don't think the yard marker's right. It's 3rd and 9. They've got the yard marker in the wrong place. The nose of the football is on the 37-yard line. Here's Neal and Howell in the backfield. Graydon rolling left, looking downfield and fires the football out into the flat. It's caught by Dejon Hall, first down yardage.
Man,
as he goes out just outside the chains, just enough for a 1st and 10.
That was a perfectly run route. It's just outside the chains, ball's on the money, and they're going to get a first down on 3rd and 9. Well, 3rd and 8. You're right, but the ball was at 37, but all of a sudden, Savages
with
almost at midfield.
Savages with a 1st and 10, their own 46-yard line. Again, they've not made a lot of personnel changes tonight. They do have Williams and Pratt kind of alternating at that H-back position, but otherwise they're going with the same personnel sets. Here's the handoff to Neal, follows his blocking straight ahead to midfield to the 49-yard line in Warrior territory and then driven down. That's a nice gain of 5 yards on first down as Neal gets 5 more, and the Savages will face 2nd and 5.
Savage O-line opened up a huge hole for him to run into, and he didn't even make contact until he was at midfield. I think fatigue is starting to take effect on the Warriors as they have a lot of guys going both ways, and this offensive line for Broken Bow looks a little fresher.
Savages send number 13 into the game. That's Gavin Staggs in the slot. Graydon looking outside, will fire the football. Neal has it at the 40-yard line in Warrior territory, knocks a defender down to the 30, to the 29, and down near the 28-yard line as Snooty Neal takes the pass from Graydon and really knocks some people around that time.
Snooty Neal broke 2 tackles, and one of them it looked like he was throwing a block as he knocked a defender sprawling to his back. Just a tremendous run after the catch. Snooty Neal, actually that's 3 tackles watching on the replay.
Clock moves with 9:42 left here in the first half. Howell with Patrick in the backfield. Hard snap count. Timeout Warriors, and they've used all 3. So all of their timeouts are gone here in the first half as the Savages will talk things over. They come back out. It'll be 1st and 10 with 9 minutes and 37 seconds left in the half. Let's take a short timeout. We'll be back with more Savage football in just a moment.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
Well, here comes the Savage offense as they will have another 1st and 10 thanks to a bruising run by Jatarius Neal on first down. And the Savages will set up here at the 20, where are they at, Chris? The 28-yard line, 1st and 10. Howell in the pistol, Patrick in the backfield. They'll flip the tight end and the H-back, which is kind of the same position in this offense. Here's Patrick, surrounded in the backfield. He's hit pretty hard at the 29, and he falls forward up near the 27 as he's tackled forward that time. A gain of 2 on the play, and it'll be, well, let's give him only 1. 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, he was knocked forward. Savages just kind of playing ball control offense now. They're up 7-0, 9:14 and ticking left in this first half, and they can take their time with this running attack.
Same offense, 4 receivers. Graydon pumps it outside, fires it, caught, broken tackle to the 20, still on his feet to the 15, and down he goes. That's A.J. Brannon, who has first down yardage at the Warrior 15-yard line. Another Savage 1st and 10 and another red zone possession for the Savage offense.
Curl route by Brannon, took possession of the football, made sure he had it in his hands, and then raged forward. Man, a good reaction. They see Jewish went straight up the field with enough yardage to get the first down, move the chains.
This time they bring Brannon in back into that tight end position. He'll be tight left this time with Williams in the slot right of the H position They'll flip him back over now and go to power to that side. Look for Neal. Following the blocking, straight ahead to the 10, cuts it outside to the 5 and dances his way into the end zone, untouched for another Savage touchdown.
That looked easy. He just cut it in. I mean, there was nobody in the middle of the field, and then he made a move like he was going to cut it straight up the field, straight toward the end zone, pivoted outside, and just outran the pursuit to the corner.
8:49 left first half. The Savages up 13-0. And an extra point from Gadiel Zaragoza is on the way next. Zaragoza, just a freshman kicker, has been very, very accurate so far. Blake Skelton, the holder, has the placement down, and the kick is through the uprights, and the Savages have a 14-0 lead with 8:49 left first half. So, Chris, this offense really is taking its time, being very deliberate about what it's doing, getting a lot of good blocking outside on the perimeter there to keep Graydon kind of able to move out of the pocket, look downfield. He's made some really strong passes connecting for first downs, but really it's been the running game that has just controlled the clock and been able to move the chains for us tonight. And if they continue to do that, this will be a one-sided football game the rest of the night.
Yeah, we say the running game, and that includes, though, running after the catch. Savages were superlative at that on that drive. Keep in mind that drive started at Savage 22, and at one point they were outside the chains at their own 18-yard line and then proceeded to move 82 yards downfield into the end zone with a very balanced attack. Some short passes, throwing downfield a couple of times, but you're right, mostly just gutsy running, good blocking, and it looks like it's tiring the Warriors out.
So the Savages will tee the football up at the 40-yard line and kick it away to the Warriors. The Warriors with 4 deep receivers here, 2 short backs and 2 deep. Zaragoza's kick this time, a high floating kick, will bounce and stay in bounds and now goes out of bounds.
That was blown dead.
Yeah, it was blown dead before the kick, actually.
I'd be offsides on the Broken Bow kickoff team.
I didn't see a flag, though. I don't know why they whistled it dead.
Did somebody call timeout? It wasn't Idabel. They're out of timeout, so.
So I don't see any indication of why that play was blown dead. No flags.
Maybe one of the refs had a new whistle they wanted to try out.
And I think maybe it was, well, they're going to back Broken Bow up 5 yards, so somebody was off, somebody was across the line before the kick, apparently. And the Savages will have to kick it again, this time from the 35-yard line.
Warriors moved their deep backs up to the 20. There is no wind tonight.
You're right. Absolutely none. It's kind of a hot, sticky night, honestly, compared to what we've seen the last couple of weeks, which have been actually very pleasant.
Hey, it's not lightning. I'm happy.
Yeah, that's a good point. We're sitting on top of the press box. Here's a high kick that'll bounce and then takes the Savage bounce. The Savages scramble but can't get to it, and the football will be covered by the Warriors at the 30-yard line. That's where they'll take over this offensive possession, first down and 10.
That was once again Frost, and he had to dive on the football, wisely so, to prevent the Savages from recovering.
So the Savages will send Jimmy Brown and Trey Williams in this time, along with Jason Sossman. And who is that? Cale Ginn. So those are your 4 up front. So you see 3 fresh faces there on that defensive line. The Savages getting some breathers. They should stay fresh most of the night, as we saw a lot of different players get action so far in this first half.
Yeah, bad news for Idabel is that one of those fresh faces, fresh legs is Cale Ginn, who is tied for leading tackler for the Broken Bow Savage. They're going into this game was.
Ginn moves over strong side. The Savages with a big rush, handoff in the backfield, hit in the backfield, and brought down for a tackle for loss. Another Cade Pratt, TFL.
Cade Pratt came full speed and put a shoulder in the ball carrier. That was a read, and that was, there's some aggressiveness. Pratt is playing this game with a little extra oomph against his former teammates.
Football at the 29-yard line now, second down and 12.
So that counts as another tackle for loss for Pratt.
It does. Clock moves under 8:20 left here in the ball game, or excuse me, in the first half of this ball game. Warriors slow getting out of the huddle here. 10 seconds left on the play clock. Now they get into position with 6 seconds left. Dixon has the snap, quick pass outside. It's caught at the 21-yard line, corralled by Fields, and he pushes Fields forward for a gain of nearly 5 yards on that. See where they put him outside. They're going to spot the football at about the 35-yard line. Nope, 34-yard line. So a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
3 yards after contact.
Actually, they were 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, so that's a gain of 6.
That's right. So he was 4 yards downfield when he caught it. But Fields did what he could do. He grabbed a hold of the ball carrier, didn't let go, and waited for help. Just didn't get there until they'd gained another 3 yards.
Dropping straight back. Dixon wants to throw the screen pass, and the Savages have it sniffed out. They'll bring him down at the 35-yard line. A very, very short gain on the play, and the Warriors will be faced with 4th down and about 5, and they'll be in a punting situation from their own 35-yard line.
Man, that was some great lateral movement. That tackle was made out at the numbers, and one of the first people there was Jimmy Brown, moving laterally from his defensive lineman position.
Warriors have a player down. Looks like it might be just a cramp, as one of his teammates seems to be helping him stretch it out there. 7:09 left in the first half as the Warriors are faced with a 4th down and long, and the Savage offense would like to get another good possession here, a good field position, and get the offense back in rolling into the halftime locker room. Love to have some more points. Plenty of time to work with 7 minutes. Savages still have all 3 of their timeouts. The Warriors have used all 3 of theirs.
Yeah, the scoreboard indicates the Warriors have 1 timeout left, but they have called 3, so that's incorrect.
Yeah, well, they definitely used all 3 timeouts.
So, well, certainly hope this is just a cramp. They're spending some more time.
Timeout for injury. Well, here he comes on his feet, so we'll stay right here. Who is that? That's Pond. Quincy Pond is a big kid. I mean, he's walking very gingerly, but it does look like a calf cramp. And I don't believe he's completely worked it out yet. The way he's walking is still tightening up on him. And those are painful, but they are temporary. Graydon Howell drops back in punt return formation at his own 33-yard line or so. And we'll see this young kicker from the Warriors again. If he ever turns the ball over, Chris, it's going to go 80 yards.
Yeah,
because he just strong legs it about 40 yards as it is, and the ball is just tumbling when he kicks it.
A former rugby player, so.
Here's the kickoff.
Oh, that's going to be.
He didn't get much on this one. Is this going to bounce and roll backwards? The Savages should just let this go.
It's going to be running into the kicker.
41-yard line, and is that a penalty? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, no, he ran into it. That's not a bad call. I think it's running into the kicker. Now, he did fall backward, flailing in his arms like it was roughing, but one of the Savage defenders was trying to slow up as he made contact. I think it's still going to be close to a 1st down for the Warriors.
That's should be an automatic 1st down, isn't it?
If it's
roughing. I don't
know. In high school, there may not be. Yeah, there may be no difference in high school.
Yeah, no, it's an automatic 1st down. I know that for sure.
Well, they get one. I say it was the easy way for everybody other than Matichwa, who got leveled. Well, he didn't really get leveled, but got hit with his leg extended. But that's going to put the Warriors
at midfield.
At midfield.
Yeah. So rather than the Savages getting good field position and a chance to work into the halftime locker room, the Warriors get another set of downs here. 1st and 10 from the midfield stripe. 7 minutes even to work with in this first half. Dixon in the backfield has a back on his hip. Now he'll flip the tight end, or H-back, to the left side of his offense. Rolling left, pressure in the backfield. Scramble, loose ball on the ground, and he covers it up. Penalty marker comes in on the tackle when he's on the ground, and we'll see what the call is here. Stop the clock with 6:54 left here in the first half, and Dixon with no gain. In fact, a loss of a yard on the play, but the penalty marker may change that.
That was a run from the get-go by Dixon, a design run, and I don't blame him. He has the longest gain for the Warriors thus far.
So it is a 10-yard holding penalty marked off from the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's all. Those flags came in right at the end. They usually see them before then, but
and that's usually a spot foul. So I guess it was at the line of scrimmage is where where's the hold was at.
It was that play was well read by the Savage defenders, though. It had no chance of success.
First down and 20, 6:54 left in the first half. Dixon in the gun. Handoff, sweeping to the left side of the offense and corralled and then brought down by Cade Pratt. Again, another tackle for loss by number 0 for the Savages. Chris, he's getting a lot of those.
He is a man on a mission. He came full speed at the ball carrier and sprinted just through the tackle. That's what you like to see in a power linebacker.
Probably half of his tackles so far tonight were behind the line of scrimmage. He really is playing well.
Running downhill as well.
Trey Williams and Jimmy Brown up front. Cale Ginn and Jason Sossman at the ends. Brian Clay, one of the backers. Meddock and Pratt also in there at linebacker. Cole Patrick and Graydon Howell are the safeties. Handoff, running room, running downhill to the 45. Almost back to the original line of scrimmage, but down, I believe, at the 48-yard line. So he's a couple of yards short. That's going to leave a 3rd down and 12 situation for the Warriors.
You may see the Warriors try to run that play where they, when they were deep in Savage territory and had 2 receivers in the middle of the field in different areas. That was one that I would run it if I was them on post route. Savage is playing pretty shallow defensively.
Dixon gets the play call in from the sideline. He'll move his back and then take the snap. Rolling right. Designed run. Savages have it. Stretches it to the right side of the scrimmage and then knocks him out of bounds.
He was thrown down by Graydon Howell.
I believe he did get past the line of scrimmage, but not much, maybe a yard on the play. It's going to leave 4th and about 11, and we'll be back in a situation where the Warrior punter will be back on the field again.
And the special teams coaches for Savage is saying, do not run into it.
49-yard line in Warrior territory. Matitwa is at his 39, awaiting the snap. Graydon Howell is at his own 12-yard line or so. This time he'll get the kick away. Much better kick than last time. Graydon looks at it, backs away from it, and the Warriors will kill it at about the 16-yard line. Let's see. He's between the 17 and 18-yard line, it looks like. That's where the Savage offense will take over. They have 4:27 left on the first half clock, 3 timeouts on the scoreboard, and the offense back on the field. 2 scores so far in this football game.
And I tell you, Skip, the last scoring drive by the Savages, the last offensive possession by the Savages didn't start, but wound up on 2nd down at exactly this same place, and they traveled 82 yards in less time than they have now. So certainly with 3 timeouts, they have the ability to do it.
So the Warriors have done a good job so far of keeping the Savages from getting those big chunk plays, those 20-plus yarders. Here's a handoff fake. Now reversing his position, and Graydon wants to go for a chunk play here, and
that's going to be roughing the passer as Bledsoe threw Graydon down well after he had thrown the football. That's going to be a 15-yarder.
Roughing the passer against Idabel will be 15 and a 1st down, as the ball was originally in between the 17 and, let's call it the 18-yard line. So let's see what we have going on.
What?
Holding against Broken Bow.
Well, okay. Well, that's
half the distance.
Kind of a polar opposite of what I thought it was. But
so the Savages now with a 1st and 20. So that shouldn't be 20. It should be 19, right? 1st and 19.
That's yeah.
So the Savages will be content to just run the football with Neal straight ahead.
No, it's at the 8. So it is 20. If you can trust the down marker on the sideline.
Yeah. So Neal with a gain on the play, but still well behind the original line of scrimmage here. The Savages outside the chains have a receiver down, or excuse me, have a player down with an injury. And again, He'll be tended to. Let's take a short timeout while we have this injury. 4:06 left in the half, 14-0 Broken Bow. We'll be right back. And Snooty Neal was the injured player. He's up under his own power and walking towards the Savage sideline. Cole Patrick replaces him in the Savage backfield after that penalty on first down and then the short gain on second down. Second down and nearly 17 yards here to go for the 1st and 10. Graydon with the snap, looking downfield. Now he'll elude one of the defenders. Has a receiver flashing. That's great, Dejon Hall. And the pass is underthrown, just short.
Ooh. Hall, off the pump fake, Hall was wide open down the sideline.
So an incompletion on a 2nd and 16, and the Savages will be faced with 3rd down and 16 yards to go now inside their own 12-yard line, just short inside the 12-yard line.
That's the same. Now, the Warriors did have somebody over the top to come cover. It wasn't necessarily open for a touchdown.
Straight drop back. Howell will fire it downfield. He's got an open receiver. That's Brannon. And again, it is incomplete.
Man, that ball was on the money. I mean, it was a little long, but it did. He managed to get both hands on it. Just couldn't haul it in. And Graydon Howell's, he's missing some wide open shot. Not many, but the two that have been thrown to that side have been right there.
Yeah, I believe I classify that as a drop.
Definitely a drop ball. That was a beautiful pass, too, because he got it up over at a high angle where it came down into the arms instead of having to reach out for it.
So Graydon will stand at his own goal line, awaiting the snap here from Blake Skelton. Rugby-style kick, gets the kick away. High spiral kick, bounces inside Warrior territory, inside the 40, still rolling to the 36-yard line, and that's where it goes dead. At the 36-yard line in Warrior territory, the Warriors will get another offensive possession. 3 minutes, 43 seconds left, first half, and the Savage defense back on the field.
Yeah, that was nice. That was 56 yards net punting.
Wow, that's a great punt. That was a nice spiral. It turned over, did just exactly what you wanted to do, which was change field position because, as you'll recall, we had that football at the 8-yard line a moment ago. So to get the Warriors pinned back to the 36-yard line is really a nice play there by our special teams. Trey Williams and Jimmy Brown still in the game in the interior there. Jason Sossman and Cale Ginn still the ends. Braden Williams at one of the outside backers, along with Bladen Meddock. Cade Pratt in the middle. Graydon Howell, the free safety. Dixon looking to fire it deep himself. Throws the ball up for grabs. Coming back for it is his receiver, and it falls incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 3:36 left first half, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Matich with the intended receiver on that, and well covered again by Isaiah Fields.
Fields and Patrick both back there in coverage as the Warriors looking to try to find the deep ball there. Both teams trying to stretch the field here on the vertical passing game. Neither of them having much success with it so far. Dixon at the 30-yard line, shotgun, design keeper, rolling left. He's corralled at the sideline. A penalty marker comes in well behind the play. And once again, in the vicinity of what is typically a holding call. Let's see if that's the case. If that is the case, that's going to be a 10-yard penalty, and we'll replay 2nd down. It is holding.
Yeah, I think that was on the blocker that was trying to block Trey Williams as he kind of gummed up the work there, forced the back to come outside, and he had an angle on him had he not been held. Good job by Trey, and now that Trey Williams, another defensive lineman that's rotating in.
Step it back to the 26-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 20. And the Warriors will come in tight into the short boundary here along their own sideline with one slot receiver to the wide side of the field. Shotgun formation, fake handoff. Dixon fires it outside, caught on the out route, and Fields has him corralled, looking for some help. Good strong running by that receiver as he carried Isaiah Fields for about 5 yards back inside the chains to give the Warriors an opportunity here on 3rd down About eight yards or so remaining after that completion.
That was Matichwa, and that was a strong run. Fields hanging on for his life, but he is down after that.
He's not only down, he's in some pain, so that's not a cramp. Let's take a short timeout here with an injury timeout. 3 minutes, 18 seconds left, first half. We'll be back with more Savage football right after this.
The rodeo in the Wild West, that's going to live on past my time because a rodeo cowboy or cowgirl certainly are unique individuals. And you got to be pretty special to ride more, to win more. It's man versus beast. That's as basic as it gets. The only way you fail is to not try.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
And here we are back. Savages with a 2-touchdown lead over the Idabel Warriors in this 114th meeting between these two communities. Matichwa had some lower leg injury there, and he's coming off the field, but not under his own power necessarily. Not sure what the degree of the injury is, but he's their kicker also, so that could very much affect how they play this game going forward. At this stage, that is, it's third down and about 8 yards to go.
It looks like short 8, long 7.
Yeah. Dixon has gone all the way here at quarterback. He's got 3 minutes to work with on the game clock and only 4 seconds left on the play clock.
Try to
2
get Savage
seconds,
to
1
jump.
second, and that's it. That's a delay of game.
Warriors have no more timeouts, so they did not have the option of calling a timeout to prevent the delay of game penalty.
Yeah, it took them about 3 seconds after the play clock expired to throw the flag, but they did eventually. Delay of game against the Warriors, that'll move them back outside the chains. Third down and 8 becomes third down and 13.
Going to bring up third and about 14 for Idabel.
Good discipline by Murphy, Ginn, Sossman, and Williams to not jump.
Here's Dixon in the gun on third and 14 or so. Rolling to his left, looking downfield. Penalty marker comes in behind the play. Passes up for grabs, and it's caught by the Warriors at the 30-yard line. And he's going to be tackled at the 28-yard line. But there's a penalty marker back at the original line of scrimmage, holding against the Warriors, and that's going to negate that long pass play. As we'll come back, they'll lose 10 yards. We'll replay third down. From third and 14, it'll be third down and 24.
And that was a great catch.
And then the crowd's booing, but the flag came in before the pass was ever even thrown.
Yeah, and you could see it. It was holding on the backside pressure, was getting a jersey grab. But that was a great catch because he was kind of double covered in there with that ball hanging in there by both Graydon, Hall, and Patrick.
Yeah, I thought the receiver made a great adjustment on the ball that time.
Oh, it's a block in the back. Well, yeah, we can see the replay here. So
the 23-yard line. And it's still third down, third and about 24 yards or so. So Dixon in no choice but to try to throw the ball deep here. Straight drop back. He's going to try to throw the screen pass, and he's got him. Nice move, but he has his feet cut out from under him anyway as Pratt sweeps the left hand. Jimmy Brown and Trey Williams there as well. And they'll bring him down on third down. That'll bring up a fourth down, and the Warriors will have to punt the football again. The Savages, with a little more than 2 minutes left in the half here, will get a chance with their offense, and we'll see the 2-minute drill. But we do have a new Warrior punter on the field. The Savages are going to use one of their timeouts here to try to salvage some time. 2 minutes, 11 seconds left in the first half, and the Warriors send out their backup punter.
I'm not sure. Well, I mean, they used that timeout, but the Warrior punter was having to tie his shoelace, and he's going to use, I believe he's going to use it. Is that a T?
Why do I smell diesel so strongly?
I do too. I don't know.
I don't either. It smells like it's right here on us, though.
Well,
I don't know. Well, we've had some awfully bizarre experiences on top of this press box, and this press box is not very old. So
we've been here probably, as of this moment, we've probably spent a grand total of 7 hours on top of it in the last 3 years. But I smell that too. But Savages should wind up with great field position after this punt.
So this young man is about 14 yards deep here, waiting on his snap. You're going to have a strong-arm long snapper here to just get it back there to him. He's do we know who he is? I can't even see his number.
That's Gonzalez. That's the kicker.
Oh, that's their place kicker. Okay. So Howell stands at his own 40. Now he'll step up near the 45-yard line. High snap, rolling right, gets the kick away. Tumbler. Graydon fields it at the 48-yard line in Warrior territory, makes a move to the 45, 40, 35, breaks a tackle to the 30, inside the 30-yard line and down. Near the 27-yard line goes Graydon Howell as he sets it up 1st and 10 for the Savage offense. And I believe he had a word or two for the Warriors there, explaining to them it's our ball, 1st and 10.
Yeah, that was actually a great job of Gonzalez to go get that snap and get the kick off, but an even better job of return by Graydon Howell. And again, he shows how dangerous he is in the open field, making those just micro moves, just enough to get past your opponent to get him off balance, and as a result, gets the ball about 25 yards downfield from where he first touched it, 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Savages only have 1:59 on the game clock here, but they just have 26 yards to traverse. Graydon looking into the end zone, throws the football up, in and out of the hands. That's something you don't see often, as Dejan Hall has the ball hit him in the hands, and it falls incomplete, as it is a nicely executed play, just no catch at the end.
Nicely executed until the catching part. Yeah. That was a beautiful pass, and he was pretty well double covered.
It was great protection. Everything about it was pretty good except for the catch. Savages will send Fields wide right this time. Hall comes back and gets in the slot to that right side of scrimmage.
Snooty Neal back in the game. That's good to see.
Savages with the same 5 up front on offense, the same 5 offensive linemen. Braden Williams in the game at the H-back. A.J. Brannon, the X, to the wide side on the left side of the offense. Jatarius Snooty Neal in the backfield. And they want to put time back on the game clock here. They'll move it back to 150-something. 150, he says. 150, so they're going to put 8 seconds back.
I guess did time tick off after an incomplete pass? Is that the issue?
I don't know. They only have the scoreboard is over here behind us, so kind of over our left shoulder. It's hard to look at and watch the play, so I didn't actually see. 145 still showing on the game clock here. Still waiting. 15, they put 15 seconds on the clock. Don't think that's what we wanted.
Well, they got the 1 and the 5.
Yeah.
But
when I say put 15 seconds, I mean they literally put 15 seconds. There we go. 150. 150 on the game clock, and the Savages now with a 2nd down and 10 after that incompletion on 1st down. Neal and Howell in the backfield. 3 receivers in formation. H-back to the right side of the offense. Graydon takes the snap, hand off to Neal, straight ahead, 25, 20, cuts outside, stiff arms, 15, out of bounds inside the 13-yard line. 1st down yardage for Jatarius Neal. A great run, a nice stiff arm to gain 5 more at the end, and a nice finish out of bounds to move the chains and set the Savages up with a 1st and 10.
Neal showed both strength and football smarts, as once he got down past near the 1st down, he cut it back outside, knowing if he got the boundary, it would stop the clock. Great run, and the result is 143. That was only 7 seconds expired on that play.
They're going to say he went out at the 13-yard line, so the Savages can get a 1st down at the 3-yard line here. 1st down and 10. They'll flip Williams to the right side. Graydon takes the snap and rolls in that direction, looking for the pass inside. It's caught by the H-back crossing. That's Williams.
Williams, great catch.
And he's brought down at the 7-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and about 4.
That was a great throw and a great catch, as Williams had a guy over his, basically grabbing him around the neck and the back of his shoulder pad, and managed to hang on to the football.
Clock continues to move. 1:20 left in the half. 2nd and 4. Hand off to Neal. He has got some room, and into the end zone he goes again, untouched for a Savage touchdown. Jatarius Neal gives the Savages a 20-0 lead with 1:13 left here in the first half.
That was a beautifully executed drive as following that great punt return that set it up by Graydon Howell. They went 26 yards in, what was it, 113? So 26 yards in what, 39 seconds?
I think we had the possession at 1:59, right?
I thought it was 1:52, but less than a minute.
Yeah, no, I think it was 1:59, and then they put the time back on it to 1:50 after that first play. And the kick is up and good, so from 1:59 to 1:13, and they went 26 yards.
46 seconds.
Three plays, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Touchdown Savages, 21-0. They lead the Idabel Warriors. And again, I don't think we've seen an offensive play go for more than 20 yards by the Broken Bow Savages, but yet they still have 3 touchdowns on the board, and so far they're shutting out their opponent. Let's stay right here. We'll await on this kickoff. And again, Chris, I think the Savages doing a lot of things right here, but they are clearly the better football team in terms of just the one-on-one matchups against their opponent.
Yeah, and Neal is, he's having, that's his second TD run of the evening, along with the other score being a pass from Graydon Howell to Pratt.
I think you can already see the Idabel narrative taking shape, right? Because so far all 3 Broken Bow touchdowns were scored by players that played for the Warriors last year.
Yeah.
So.
But then again, last year it was the Trail Lopez show. And
that's true. Yeah. Here's the kickoff. High floater. Picked up at the 18-yard line. Tries the right sideline. Savages a little bit out of position, but they'll corral him at the 30. Progress to the 31, and that's where the Warriors will take over. 1st and 10. They don't have a lot of time to work with, however. 1:07 left on the game clock. No timeout. Well, according to the scoreboard, they don't have any timeouts. They have 0 timeouts.
Yeah, they adjusted that. They did have 1 earlier, but they have a 0 on it now. 1:07 left. I think the Warriors are going to try to roll out Dixon, give him the option to run, but they want him to throw it downfield.
If you're down 3 touchdowns, I don't think you kneel it here. I think you try to throw it as deep as you can. And
they had a great catch on a holding penalty. It was called back, but that was a great catch earlier, about a 40-yard gain otherwise.
Savage defenders look like the same lineup we had on the previous Idabel possession, save for the tackles are different. Porter and Murphy back in the game. Oh, and looks like Trey Williams out there as well. No, that's Achilles Pearson. Achilles Pearson at the right end position.
Yeah, number 35. Good to see him back on the field.
Whistle stops play. Dead ball foul. Illegal procedure against the Idabel Warriors. They'll lose 5. We'll step it back from the 31-yard line to the 26.
Correction, false start on the Warriors.
What's going on here? These guys are
conferring?
Yeah. Having quite the conversation, and no penalty has been marked off here. Dead ball. Illegal procedure. How does that was pointed against Broken Bow and then declined?
No,
it's not offsetting. I think he just pointed in the wrong direction. I think we declined that penalty. Why did we decline it? If it's a dead ball foul, how can you even decline a dead ball foul?
I don't know.
I don't either. Here's Dixon with a lot of problems. He's got 99 problems, and a loose ball is 1. There it goes. And the Savage is still scrambling. Who's got the football? I think the Warriors covered it. And they'll stop it and call it 2nd down here. With 53 seconds, clock on the move, the Warriors lucky to get the football back. Dixon is lucky to find his helmet.
Dixon is luckily he didn't lose a couple of body parts there. It looks like there's a Warrior down on the field.
Yeah, I think there is. Injury timeout here late in this first half as the Warriors have an injured player. Looks like another muscle cramp. The Savages were really pursuing heavily on defense here as they just are breaking at the line of scrimmage.
It looked like with all those white jerseys and white helmets, it really looked Dixon was caught in the middle of a giant snowball.
Yeah.
And just the ball came squirting out or was knocked out. Might have been punched out.
Yeah,
I remember that, I believe it was Braden Williams knocked one loose and recovered it last week himself. So, they are hungry for that football, and that may this may give the Warrior coaching staff second thoughts about trying to run their quarterback outside.
Well, I think we're going to get to see a joint performance between the two bands here at halftime. Something to look forward to during the intermission as the Warrior player is up on his feet and walking that cramp off. One of their linemen injured on that play. Again, just 45 seconds left here in the half, and the Warriors now faced with second down and about 16 or so.
Yeah, I will know. You note that for the Savage defense, number 4 is back there. They put in Graydon Howell, and he's playing free safety back there. They want guys that won't get outrun and that can react to the ball should they throw it downfield.
They've got Brian Clay back in the game at defensive end, stand up, kind of a linebacker position actually. Handoff deep in the backfield. Maddock has him, pushes him backwards. Had a couple of linemen around his waist at the same time. That's Pearson getting up and Porter. So Porter, Pearson, and Maddock in on the tackle there. And again, we've got a player down.
Nice reaction by Pearson as he came in and made first contact on the ball carrier, forcing him back in. There was nowhere to go as Pearson wrapped him up, and teammates finished him off. That's another tackle for loss by Broken Bow's defense.
And another cramp. So I would say there's some conditioning issues here on one side of the football anyway. We're seeing mostly red jerseys having these cramps attended to. So I think there may be some conditioning issues going on.
Yeah, and Burwood definitely has more depth than Idabel. They don't have to start. In fact, don't start, some players both ways. But we've had, I guess we had one.
Yeah. Yeah, we had one injury. That was Neal that came off earlier. 33 seconds left on the game clock, and Pond is still on the ground here, but it is a cramp. And now Quincy Pond is on his feet. Number 3, Matichwa, is the only one that has not come back into the ball game that has come out. Everybody else has re-entered the game so far. Pond walking gingerly, but walking under his own power. And so now I see number 3 back in the lineup as well. So he's back in the game as well. Third down, about 16 here for the Warriors. Dixon takes a low snap. Back went the wrong way. Now Dixon's got a big problem as Hall is on his back. Fires the football out, incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 26 seconds left here in the half, and the Warriors will be faced with fourth down. And Chris, the back went the wrong way. Dixon turned, thought he was going to hand it to his left, and the back was running behind him. He just had to scramble for his life.
Yeah, that was a great pressure off the edge there by Hall, and the Savages, again, I'll handle this. He was in the backfield anyway, but the Warriors have had problems with low snaps. He's had to pull about 3. He being Dixon has had to pull about 3, at least 3 or 4 off the ground. And so you give an extra tenth of a second to this defense, and they're going to be back in your backfield.
So here's the starting punter back in the game, Matitwa. He will take the snap somewhere near the 13-yard line. Rugby-style kick, gets the kick up. This is a good one. Rolling, turning over. Graydon fields it at the 35, bounces back to the 34, now up to the 40. Turns it outside at the 45, and he's tackled from behind at the 48-yard line. The Savages will have just 14 seconds on the clock. Do you throw it deep here, Chris, or you just take a knee and go back in?
I think you throw it deep.
Think so?
Yeah, I mean, they've been working on those routes. And you think about it, Howell has been on target downfield twice, and the balls were dropped by receivers. But, you got a chance. And if nothing else, with that field position, you've got time for 2 plays. You throw it downfield, you get the ball at the 25, maybe the 20, and you can test out your field goal unit or take a shot at the end zone.
So Graydon Howell and Jatarius Neal in the backfield here. Savages with Hall and Brannon, or is that Fields? That's Field, split wide right. The two receivers run into each other. Graydon has no one look outside. Fires it for Fields at the 35, who loses the ball temporarily and then gets back on it. That's good enough for a first down, but we've got a penalty marker back near the 45-yard line in Savage territory.
And it looks like that's in the area of holding. So,
You had two receivers run into one another. And Fields actually was able to get back up and make that catch, but it's negated here by this penalty. And the penalty looks like it was behind the line of scrimmage.
Holding against the Savages.
Holding against Broken Bow. It'll be 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. Back to the 37-yard line. So it was behind the line of scrimmage. We'll replay first down, and it'll be 1st and 22.
Well, out of respect for the Savage throwing game, the Warriors have 3 defensive backs inside their own 40-yard line.
Handoff to Neal, breaks it at the 40. He's got a blocker in front. Still running to the 40 in Warrior territory, and he's knocked out of bounds with no time left on the clock. That'll do it on the first half as Neal gets some plus yardage to end the half, but the Savages will not have a scoring threat here at this end, and they'll take a 21-0 lead into the halftime locker room. Again, Chris, we have a joint performance between the Idabel and Broken Bow bands coming at halftime. I'm not sure who else is expected to perform. I know there's a dance team performance. I don't know if it's Broken Bow's dance team or not. Usually on the road it's not.
No, I've spoken with a couple of the dance team members, and they had not expected to perform at halftime here.
Yeah. So as the Savages exit the field with a 3-touchdown advantage, we'll take a short time out here, and we'll be back with the band performance in just a moment. Don't go away. This is Broken Bow Savage football.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
The rodeo and the Wild West, that's going to live on past my time because a rodeo cowboy or cowgirl certainly are unique individuals. And you got to be pretty special to ride more, to win more. It's man versus beast. That's as basic as it gets. The only way you fail is to not try.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
And welcome back. We are at halftime here at Warrior Stadium as the Idabel Warriors and Broken Bow Savages renewing this ancient rivalry. It's over 100 years old. I can call it ancient, can I?
Back to the days of the Phoenicians. Yeah, it's by Oklahoma standards. I mean,
by Oklahoma football standards, it's definitely ancient. Yeah, it really is.
Played the first game in, the first Broken Bow Idabel game was in 1915.
That's correct.
Yeah. So
We got a performance going on here by the Idabel cheerleaders, and we've got a joint performance of the two bands coming up immediately following this. So I'm going to keep it right here. We can't. YouTube has copyright violations against these songs that they use, these dance teams and cheerleading teams. So I might as well talk through it. So
right.
If I don't talk through it, they're gonna make us blank it out, So
well, yeah, or they'll take the broadcast. They did that with the basketball game. They said, "Oh, your broadcast has been taken off YouTube." Like, what? What for?
Right.
But
I believe now we can get to the matter at hand, which is a performance between the two bands. And Chris, we've seen this for several years now. We've watched the two bands perform together at halftime when these two schools get together. This one will be no different, as they have about 3 songs, I believe, prepared for tonight. And then the two bands will break up and move to their respective sidelines. And I think they're going to battle. They have a battle of the fight songs. They're going to both play their fight song at the same time for their respective crowds. So this should be interesting. Broken Bow Savage Pride Marching Band under the direction of Nate Sheely, his first year in charge. He's been it's his second year in charge of the band, and he's assisted by Lucas Hott. The Broken Bow Band under the direction of drum major Allison Sundberg, and the other drum major's name, I'm embarrassed.
Will be on our social media and YouTube comments.
I can't think of his name. Here they come. Let's give them a chance here.
And their color guard coaches are Rebecca Colbert and Bethany Sheely. The Idabel Band is under the field command of Senior Drum Major Tyrone Watson and Assistant Drum Major Amaya Jefferson. The Broken Bow Band is under the field command of Drum Majors Allison Sundberg and Jasper Brace. The bands will be performing APT by Rose and Bruno Mars, and Hot to Go by Chapel Roan. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the absolute 2 best bands in McCurtain County.
the two bands performing together here at halftime, and now we are on the wrong side. The fight songs are being performed, but we're having the Idabel fight song played on our sideline, Chris, or on the side we're on anyway. So,
well, and then they are facing us and about 60 yards closer, so that does make it louder. But the Savages, on the other hand, the Broken Bow Savage band has had at least 3 more opportunities to play their fight song, as the Savages have scored 3 touchdowns in this game, the only scores other than the points after.
I believe I hear the Broken Bow fight song in the background now.
Yeah, I do as well. Savages' first score was it was a pass, but it was a 4-yard pass from Graydon Howe to Pratt to cap off a 65-yard drive. The PAT was good, making it 7-0. Then in the second quarter, Savages took the ball from their own 22. One time we were at their own 18-yard line, but proceeded to drive 82 yards downfield. Capped that one with an 8-yard TD run by Neal. Once again, the PAT was good, making it 14-0. And then Neal had another 4-yard TD run to cap off a 26-yard drive following a great punt return by Graydon Howe. And PAT once again good, making it 21-0, 1:13 left in the half. Savage defense stalled out the Warriors, and that's the way things are at halftime. 21-0, Broken Bow. Savages so far in control of this game.
Yeah, the Savages with an easy way to go in the first half, really, and with respect to their defense. I mean, they had only just 1 or 2 plays that got out of control for them. Otherwise, they had pressure on the Warriors all night. Lots of tackle for loss. And really having a big night from Cade Pratt, who's been in the Warrior backfield most of the night.
Yeah, he was in the Warrior backfield last year, but as a as a running back, and this year he's been in it as he is on a mission. I mean, as far as the intensity with which you see players playing on the field, I think he is tops. I mean, he is coming full speed, running through tackles, knocking down, basically his former teammates, and you can see why he is the leading tackler for the Broken Bow Savages of his coming into this game. Of his 16 tackles, 11 were solo and 5 were for loss, and he's had at least 4 tackles for loss thus far in this game.
Yeah, he's played really, really well. The Savages have a 3-touchdown lead, and they'll kick the football off to begin the second half. We've got still probably more than 10 minutes left here before the second half begins. Got a performance now by the Idabel Warrior varsity cheerleaders.
I tell you, this is, again, you never know what you're going to get with these Broken Bow Idabel games, this Little River Rivalry, but one thing we haven't really seen, and we didn't really see it last year. I mean, they schemed defensively. Of course, everybody, Graydon Howe's a known factor. They're going to scheme defensively against him. We haven't seen him taking off, making yards with his legs from the line of scrimmage. Returning punts, it's a different story. He has put us in really good field position, and it has shown his ability. But Idabel has schemed, and has, I believe, probably people shadowing him in this game. But, boy, he is really doing a good job passing. He is, I don't have the stats on his passing, but he's had at least 3 passes on target that were dropped by receivers, and a couple of more that were not. And as I mentioned, has 1 TD pass, as well as a couple downfield, and one that actually turned into a long run where he threw it to Neal out of the backfield, and Neal did the rest, went about 30 yards.
So we've got lots of activity going on here at halftime, but the Savages still in the locker room right now. Let's take, I don't know what we're going to do to kill some time. Yeah, let's go ahead and run a few more. Let's run some commercials. We'll be back in a moment, folks, with the second half action. You're watching Broken Bow Savage Football on the YouTube channel.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
Well, welcome back, folks. Savages leading 21-0 at half. Still, according to the clock, at least 4 minutes and some seconds left in the half. And so I'm going to talk about, you've heard mine and Skip's perspectives on what the Savages have done so far tonight, but we have a person who's an expert on football, Coach Dustin Lascelles. Coach, what have you seen? What's your impression so far? By the way, he's operating the main camera tonight as well as watching the game. But what are your impressions thus far on this performance by Broken Bow?
Well, it's 21-0. It's a great first half. No turnovers.
That's actually key. That's something we didn't talk about. No turnovers. Savages have taken care of the football. That's a good point.
That's right. You know, if you want to play mistake-free football, you got to eliminate the turnovers and you got to eliminate the penalties. What I've noticed on the first possession of each series, we've had some holding penalties that dug us in some holes. We were able to get out of those holes, but you'd like to eliminate those coming out in the second half here.
Yeah, and you know, when you said the dug us in some holes, it reminds me of it again that we hear from head coach Maverick Lang all the time is respond. And the Savages did respond. They got themselves back outside. I mentioned it earlier on that drive, back to their own 18-yard line outside the chains, and at one point had like a third and, 22 or something like that, but managed to get a big first down and then drove on down the field, put the ball in the end zone. So we have come back offensively, even after we've been put outside or got a couple of penalties, and we've managed to recover, respond, and turn it into something positive. And defensively, we have jumped off. They had it like right off the bat, a 1st and 5, and still the defense stalled them out.
Yeah, one of those series that sticks out to me, we had a holding penalty. We was second and forever. We were able to battle back and convert a first down, and then we marched it back down the field and scored on that possession. That's a great job to respond versus adversity. What I've seen on defense, for the most part, the Savages, we have set the edge, and we've also filled in the gaps versus Idabel. Idabel's had a hard time getting to the edge, and then also on their sprint out pass. Some of the most successful plays that Idabel's had is off a quarterback scramble where the quarterback scrambled to the field, he cut it back, the backside pursuit wasn't there, we're out of our lanes, and they had like a little 30-yard scamper by their quarterback. Also their, re-roughed their punter. That was another first down that they got. Then they also had a long pass where both of our defenders lost the ball up in the air. Their receiver came back to the ball. What I see about Idabel, I would think that they would probably run some more screens, try to throw some more hitches, try to get the ball out in the perimeter because they've had a hard time getting the perimeter with the run game.
Yeah, you're right. The one play that Dixon got loose was actually, it was a pass. I think it was a call pass, and he just came out to the corner and decided to tuck it up and run. And we were out of position, and as a result, he did elude one tackle, but after that went down the sideline for about 30 yards.
Yeah.
Longest play from scrimmage for
Idabel. But Idabel, after their valiant loss, they had a bye week. They've had 2 weeks to prepare for the Savages. They're trying to keep this game close. They're trying to do whatever it takes to get the win here. That's what I see Idabel doing, throwing some screens, trying to get the ball out to the perimeter on some hitches or speed outs. But for the most part, they haven't had a lot of time in the backfield for some blocking to develop, and then also on their play action passes, Idabel's quarterbacks have pressure right into his face where he's had to scramble. And what's tough about offensive linemen, when that quarterback's scrambling back and forth and those offensive linemen are trying to block for him, the quarterback changes direction, the defensive line changes direction, and that's where you have a lot of holding penalties. So I've seen holding penalties for the Savages and Idabel, but it's still also early in the season where, it's week 3 and you try to clean that up on both sides.
Yeah, and both teams have quarterbacks that are excellent runners that can get outside and hurt you if they're left loose in the open field. Very good point. Also, we're going to get to see that right off the bat because Broken Bow took the opening kickoff, so the Warriors will be on offense to start this half.
Yeah. It's exciting to see. I still see the Savages wearing down the Idabel. For the first quarter, Idabel set the edge, but like that last last touchdown that we scored on was just a stretch to the field with Snooty Neal, and he was almost untouched. So that's a mental mistake by Idabel. I see some more explosion plays by the Savages going on in the third quarter and fourth quarter.
Yeah, and I think the Savages' depth it was starting to tell there at the end of that first half. I think Idabel got a little bit tired, and I think it's going to be even more pronounced toward the end of this half. As the Savages, they're rotating people in and out, especially defensive. Well, they've had the same offensive line, but defensively, I mean, we've seen, Sossaman in there, Trey Williams in there, saw Dejon Murphy in there, and those guys were not starters in this game, along with Cale Ginn and those guys. So when you're rotating your defensive linemen in and out, it starts to wear down those offensive linemen on the other side of the ball.
That's right. You rotate the defense, get some fresh guys in there, get them juiced up, ready to go to the football. That's going to wear down the offense. Hey, what I also like is the yards after catch. There's a couple passes that stick out to me is where.
That's a fantastic. But we have read, and especially Snooty Neal on one just ran over a defender. That's something that. And again, the Savages have depth at running back as well because you've got Pratt in there, you have Neal in there, just running over them, and then you throw Patrick in there as well. So you always have fresh legs in the backfield. Here's the Savages coming onto the field, and so. About to get ready to kick off this second half of football. They lead 21-0. We'll be right back with second half action after this word from our sponsor.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
Welcome back. Savages leading 21-0, and Warriors looking to try to cut into that lead. They'll get an opportunity as we will be kicking off to them, Skip, and they've got, again, we've seen some speed on that Warrior team, but the Savage kickoff team has had some directional kicking and has done a pretty good job of covering thus far in the game, and they've had ample opportunities. They've already kicked off 3 times.
So I don't know. They just said both teams came out onto the field, and now they've sent both teams back into their huddle. And I am not sure what's happening, but I've got an official headed back to the corner of the stadium over there, and I don't really know what's happening here. They've said they'd asked both teams to exit the field.
And now the Warriors are coming back onto the field.
Yeah, I'm still not sure what that official's doing down there in the end zone. He's waving. Oh, there's some lights on. That's what it is, a car up there with their headlights on.
Oh, and that's in the view of the team looking downfield. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I remember reading a story in the archives. I think it was like one of the 1930s games or the 20s where people actually came and they didn't have lights in the stadium then. People actually came and parked along the sides of the stadium and turned on the lights of their vehicles so they could finish the game at night.
Yeah. Yeah, I turned the live chat off on the live stream, so if you want to be mad at somebody, it's me.
It got a little bit too live.
Well, I mean, they just, people can't behave themselves. Start cursing and stuff, and I mean, it's just Easier just to not have to mess with it. I don't like it anyway.
Yeah, the Savages and Warriors making their comments on the field as far as the players are concerned. And again, well, we did see actually some short kicking. Usually it's pretty, Gonzalez able to put it up into the light. But
here's Zaragoza's kick to begin the second half, and the Warriors will field it at the 23-yard line. Breaks a tackle to the 30 and then gets hit hard at the 30-yard line. Coming up off of the pile there. Chris, who was that on that?
Well, that was Jatarius Neal that hit him low, and I think that was actually Bray that hit him high.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention?
Who is number 12?
Oh, I thought it was 82. If it was 12, that's going to be
Hayden Jenkins.
Hayden Jenkins.
That's who they were congratulating. I'm not sure.
It went in like Leroy Jenkins, and
yeah,
well, with much better results.
Leroy Jenkins. Yeah. So the Warriors will take over 1st and 10. Football at the 31-yard line in their own territory. Mac Dixon has gone the entire way at quarterback. He's got pretty much the exact same starting lineup on the field with him here as they begin the second half. The Savage defenders will set that lineup in a moment, but it looks like Murphy and Porter. Here's a ball that's snapped and dribbled back to the quarterback. Flag comes in, and the whistle stops play.
Well, that shouldn't be illegal procedure because you wouldn't stop play on it.
I don't know why you stop play on a bad snap. Let's see what's happening here. Illegal procedure against the Warriors, so they'll lose 5 yards.
The Warriors have had a lot of difficulty getting the ball back into Dixon's hands, and that's the worst one they've had thus far in this game. That's certainly not the way they wanted to start off the second half, but on the other hand, Savage defense had penetrated and was ready to tackle him had it been a good snap.
1st and 15 now for the Idabel Warriors as the Savage defenders will reset, pin their ears back, and go after Mac Dixon here. Another bad snap. Dixon rolling out. He's got problems. Pressure in the backfield. Throws the ball up for grabs. The Savages go for it. It's caught on the sideline. He steps out of bounds as the Savage defender, Cole Patrick, the strong safety, went after the football, and it went over his head, Chris, right into the arms of the intended receiver, who gets a big chunk play there, a more than 20-yard gain by the Idabel Warriors, and they'll set it up 1st and 10.
That was Lewis on the catch, and that was a great throw and a good adjustment to the ball by Lewis. And again, as you said, we just missed the ball. We went for the ball, didn't get it, and he had no help there until after they had, bit off about 12 more yards.
So it's Porter and Murphy, Bentley Brown, and Cale Ginn across the front. Pratt is the middle linebacker. Meddock the Sam backer. Here's a fake handoff. Dixon's got a problem again in the backfield, wrapped up by Jackson Porter and Cade Pratt getting up off the pile as well. Who's on the bottom there? Cale Ginn getting up off the bottom of the pile.
Again, tied with Pratt coming into the game as leading tackler, 16 tackles.
Loss of 2 on the play, a tackle for loss by the Savages again. It's 2nd down and 12.
That was a miscommunication in the Warrior backfield. It looked like the quarterback was trying to give the ball to the running back, and he wasn't there.
Braden Williams, the other linebacker in the game. Heath and Fields, it looks like, are the cornerbacks. Dixon firing the football out. This time Lewis can't handle it, and it falls safely incomplete for the Broken Bow Savages. Dejon Hall in coverage there on Lewis. That's going to leave 3rd down and 12.
Pretty good coverage, and as a result of that, really had to fire the ball in there full speed, and that's only about 10 yards downfield, so I think it's a little too hot for the receiver to handle. It is going to result in a long 3rd down outside the chains for the Warriors.
Yeah, 3rd and a long 12 here. Whistle stops play, official timeout. And he's going to send Meddock off the field. Must be an equipment issue, as they'll hustle on. Who is this? Number 9. It's going to be Giddens, right? Jacabrian Giddens. Yeah. Dixon takes a snap, a low snap, rolling right, has pressure in the backfield. Giddens has him for a moment, can't corral him. Now Dixon has some room. 40, outside the 40, and then a flag comes in as he's hit after he goes out of bounds. And the Savages are going to get 15.
And that is a huge mistake by Heath to hit him because he was out of bounds. He had not got to the line to gain. It would have been 4th down and decision time. Instead, they're going to get the ball in Savage territory.
Yeah, Giddens had a shot at Dixon back there, but make no mistake, Mac Dixon's a good football player. He's hard to tackle. Got a good arm. He's a great athlete. He played wide receiver and was really dangerous last year against this.
I think he's their best runner.
Yeah, I do too.
He gets in the open field, and as you see, he is elusive, he has speed, and he has good field vision. And this is the best possession or best penetration by the Warriors since they were in the red zone early in the first quarter.
So they'll step off 15 yards and down to the Savage 42-yard line and reset the down. First down and 10. 10 minutes, 40 seconds left here in the third period. Dixon with the snap. Handoff, hit in the backfield and brought down immediately. What a play. That time by Cade Pratt. Another tackle for loss by big number 0.
Pratt he is 6'4", and he is 6'4", 225. Textbook linebacker because he came through the hole, filled, and when he hit the ball carrier, his shoulder was about 1.5 feet off the ground. There was no way to elude or get out of that tackle. He leveled the ball carrier, too. He slammed him to the ground hard.
Loss of 2 on the play, second down and 12. Warrior offense with a big play there and a big penalty to help them out, but now all of a sudden they are moving backwards. Here's the snap, handoff, straight fake handoff. They throw the football downfield. It's caught.
What a catch.
As Fields is in coverage, but can't stop the pass play. And the there's a penalty as unsportsmanlike against the Warriors. So they get the football. They move the football down to the 26-yard line, but they're going to lose 15 on the unsportsmanlike penalty. It'll still be a 1st and 10, but it'll be 15 yards back instead of there at the 26-yard line.
Well, it's a dead ball foul, right? If it's a dead ball foul, wouldn't they mark the first down off and then mark them back and have 1st and 25?
I don't think so. I think they'll reset here when the penalty will be marked and they'll still get the first down.
That was, by the way, that was a great catch by Matichwa as he went up. The ball, I think, actually bounced off Brokobo's defensive back and into his belly, so good concentration.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Idabel Warriors. They'll mark 15. They'll come back to the 42-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10.
Ball will be placed at the 42-yard line.
Okay.
Down for the Warriors.
Well, as usual, you were right. I was wrong.
That's not usual, but I mean,
but
yeah, I mean that particular play because at the end of the play it happened after the action. So here's Dixon in the backfield. Savages bringing the backers this time. Everybody coming for Mac Dixon. Again in chase. Dixon on the move. He's going to get first down yardage and more to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, and then he's hit hard. Tackled by
Braden Howell. That was a form tackling by Howell as he put his shoulder into Dixon's thigh pad.
So some of the biggest gains offensively tonight we've seen by the Warriors, even though they have not scored in the football game. They have some of the bigger chunk plays in the game. And Dixon takes them down, puts them in the red zone. In fact, inside the 10-yard line here. 1st and goal Warriors. Savages brought the house that time, and they paid for it dearly.
And they tried to get Savages to jump off sides with a hard count. The defense did not bite.
Bad snap. Hits Dixon, picks it up off the ground. It's still running out of pressure. Tries to cut it outside, and he'll just have to slip out of bounds after a loss on the play of about 3 yards back to the 11-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 11.
Forced out of bounds by Bentley Brown and Howell. That's going to be a loss of yardage.
Yeah, loss of 3.
Loss of the play is going to be placed at the 11.
But once again, Savages had a guy on him in the backfield. He just eluded him and got to the corner.
2nd down and goal. The Idabel Warriors with their first red zone possession here. Comes with 9 minutes and 35 seconds left in the third quarter. Dixon with a back in the backfield. 2 receivers into the short boundary. Penalty marker at the snap here as Dixon fires the football through the end zone. Touchdown, Idabel. But there's a penalty marker at the beginning of the play. There was a penalty by the line judge.
I think that's coming back.
We'll wait and see what the call is. But it looks to be on Idabel. Still no signal.
That'll be the
There's got to be procedure.
Referee, yeah,
It's got to either be a legal motion or a legal procedure, one or the other.
They're walking back anyway, so it is against the Warriors.
5-yard penalty, illegal procedure against Idabel. Back to the 16-yard line. So it wipes out the play, but it does not wipe out the memory of that pass being perfectly thrown and caught in the end zone. So the Savage defensive backs need to step up here. Let's make a play. Dixon's doing a good job of controlling this offense. He's firing the football, flag route. There's some contact.
That was caught.
That was caught. That's a great play by Matithwa. No, that's Lewis.
That's Lewis. That was a dime. He threw it right into his belly. Pretty good coverage, but the ball fell. The defensive back did not turn. And Dixon throws a great pass. And it was a great catch by Lewis, and that's going to be the first score for the Warriors with 9:22 left in the third quarter. They still haven't put points on the board, but it's a touchdown.
So the Warriors come out of the halftime locker room, and they get the benefit of a couple of big penalties on the Broken Bow Savages to keep a drive alive. And they wind up moving it down the field into the end zone.
Oh, when those lights first went out, I thought, not again, but it's designed.
Yeah, so the kid that does the punting is also the place kicker here. As the Warriors will try to bring it to within a 14-point game with the extra point. Kick is up and no good.
Yeah, I think that was actually partially blocked by, I believe that was Cole Patrick, the Adiana got a hand on it inside. Either him or Ginn.
9:22 left third period. 21 Broken Bow, 6 for the Idabel Warriors. We'll be back in just a moment.
At McCurtain County National Bank, we are continually seeking ways to meet the changing needs of our customers. We offer a full range of services such as free checking, online and mobile banking, as well as great rates on cabin and construction loans. We're providing results through better service while giving you a greater value for your dollar. Visit us on the web at mcnbonline.com. McCurtain County National Bank in Idabel, Broken Bow, Hochatown, and Valiant.
Well, the Idabel Warriors come out of the halftime locker room with some emotion, some fire in the belly. They move the football down the field on the Broken Bow Savages and straight into the end zone on some really terrific passing by their quarterback, Mac Dixon, who put the ball really on the spot for several times. In fact, threw 2 touchdown passes on the drive, if you're being honest about it. And then now we've got a penalty. What's going on here? Why are we moving up to the 45-yard line?
Well, it's
the Broken Bow coaches want to understand this as well. So Coach Maverick Lang wants to talk to the white hat official to find out exactly what's happening here. What was the penalty?
I think they're telling you, it looked like they were saying he missed the extra point, and so that can't be a penalty. I'm not sure what that argument is.
Well, it's an untimed down. And why do you put a 15-yard penalty on the kickoff? So I'm not clear as to even what happened. I didn't see the indication. I didn't see the penalty. All I see is that they've stepped it off or set up to tee it up anyway at the Savage 45-yard line.
After the interference call, mark-off for the penalty.
Interference.
Kicking off from about the 45.
Mason Mays.
The back to receive.
Oh, back to receive. So he said, Jerry Falling, the PA announcer, said an interference penalty, but I don't know what it was interfering with on an extra point kick. But, we'll just trust they know what they're doing. Here's a penalty marker.
That's going to be kicking it out of bounds.
Offsides against the Warriors.
Well, they gave 5 of it back.
Against the Warriors.
So this is The game's getting a little sloppy here. I mean,
I think the Warriors actually were attempting an onside kick on that. I mean, why not? I mean, they're down by 15, and they're going to try to, while the Savages maybe catch them asleep or whatever, trying to kick it over there between those front two lines and hope for a mistake or a good bounce.
Yeah, they got a little bit eager, I guess, and got past the line of scrimmage before the ball was kicked. So they'll lose 5 yards back to midfield, and they'll tee it back up again.
That's Matich with a kick.
Savages with a 15-point lead here and hope to get another offensive possession. Here's the kick. It's a squib. Bounces off of Pratt. That's picked up on the move to the 25, 30-yard line, up to the 33-yard line. Mason Mays takes the kickoff return and gets the Savages decent field position at about the 34-yard line.
Heads up play by Mays as he scooped it up on a full run. Saw that he had get it outside the 30, and he did so. So considering where it was kicked from, that's pretty decent field position for Broken Bow, starting at their own 34.
Yeah, between the 33 and 34-yard line here, we'll take that one based on the fact that we had a 15-yard penalty involved. Here's Neal with Howell in the pistol. Savages with 2 receivers to the wide boundary. Fake handoff. Graydon will keep it. Turns it outside, 45, 40, midfield. Steps out of bounds at the 49-yard line in Warrior territory. That's good enough to move the chains. That's a Savage 1st and 10 with 9:07 left, third period. Stop the clock as Graydon Howell helps the Savages to another set of downs.
That's a 17-yard run, and it just looks so simple. It looks like he's not even going full speed.
So here we are just getting underway in the third period, and we've got a Warrior down with an injury.
Two actually.
Oh, yeah, we've got 2 down.
Both appear to be cramps.
Both appear to be cramps, yep.
You know, I think, well, obviously I would now, but even in my prime, I think I might get a cramp or two trying to catch or adjust to Graydon Howell cutting off on this turf. And that's one thing we really didn't talk about is this is artificial turf. Savages don't have artificial turf to even practice on. So we might see a little better play, a little more crisp in this second half after having the first half to adjust to it. But you put Graydon Howell on a surface like that and things happen. In fact, the games where we saw him have his most yards rushing last year against Durant and McAllister were both on their turf.
Yeah, the Savages have played both their first 2 games at home, so we're on a grass surface there. And we'll see artificial surface the next 2 games as they play here tonight and then at Glenpool in 2 weeks from tonight as they play. They start the District 4 schedule 2 weeks from tonight. So the Warriors get their injured players off the field, and the Savage offense takes the field with a 1st and 10 to work with here in Warrior territory at the 49-yard line. Neal's the setback, handoff. Snooty goes right, looking for room. 45, 40, 35, 30, 25-yard line, spinning, running. Helmet comes off inside the 20, and it's another red zone possession for the Broken Bow Savages as Snooty Neal really making the Warriors pay, trying to tackle him as he's spinning, running, pushing, and moving the football all the way down to the 21-yard line. Not quite a red zone possession. Savages quickly get into power set formation here. What's going on? There's too many people in the backfield. They don't have enough people on the line of scrimmage. They're going to break out of this. Yeah, they have to because they got to get more people on the line of scrimmage. There we go. Graydon takes the snap, looks outside. Here's a little block, a little screen pass. And the Savages trying to get the first down yardage very, very close.
Oh,
he gets inside the 12, and he's down near the 10-yard line. I think that's going to be a 1st and 10.
That's going to move the chains, and that was a good run. And he had a Warrior jump on his back, grab him around the neck to get him down, and that was just looked like a little bubble screen.
Yeah. Quickly moving, the Savages were without a huddle. Here's Graydon, and there's going to be an easy touchdown for our quarterback. Penalty marker comes in as a block from the outside.
Isaiah Fields pleading his case to the official, but that never works.
Yeah. I mean, I saw the block. I saw the flag. Watch him right there, Chris, and see what happens. See, I don't know if that's not a block in the back.
No, he actually was in front of him. I think they're saying hold me because he threw him down.
It is holding. Okay.
Against the Savages.
Holding.
against the Savages.
It wasn't so much holding as throwing, but he was in front of him. It just had his hands. When you stock block, you hold your hands out in front of you. He just had his a little too wide, and so they were around the shoulders of the defender.
So they'll move the football back to the 14-yard line, and it's first down at about 13 for the Savages. They can get a first down inside the 1-yard line. Either way, it's first down. Right now, we'll replay that down. Cade Pratt, the H-back, left side of the offense. 3 receivers in the formation. Now they'll flip Pratt to the other side into the narrow boundary. Graydon fakes the handoff, fires the football out. It's caught by Pratt. Pushes his way inside the 5-yard line and out of bounds. The clock will stop right there, and it'll be second down at about 5.
Again, smart play by Pratt. He made sure he caught the ball, had it in his possession, got it in his hands and his chest before he turned upfield. Nice gain.
Quickly taking the snap. Graydon's got some pressure, slips away, fires the football to an open receiver. It's caught for a touchdown. That's Dejon Hall.
2 feet, inbounds, in the red, touchdown, Broken Bow.
So quickly the Savages come back and answer the Idabel Warrior touchdown as they go back up by 3 scores here, 27-6, with an extra point attempt on the way from the freshman Zaragoza.
Is that a 4-yard, would you call that a 4-yard TD pass?
Was it?
I think so. I think Pratt got inside the 5.
Yeah. Here's the kick. It is up and good, and the Savages lead 28-6 with 7:47 left here in the third period.
6. Actually a 6-yard TD pass.
Yeah.
Upon further review.
Okay. Watched the replay, did you?
I did. Howell to Hall.
Well, you know, they moved very, very quickly that time. The Savages really not wasting any time on the play clock. Didn't huddle. In fact, not even the little, sometimes they'll have that little sugar huddle thing they do where they kind of gather up and Graydon gives them soup. They didn't even do that this time. They just broke out, moved quickly, right down the field for a touchdown. So they were a team with a purpose, getting that score back that they gave up on defense.
A nice touch on that pass. Great job of Hall getting his feet, keeping both his feet in bounds and pulling in the ball on the reception. A good catch and run by Pratt on that. And hats off to Neal for a bruising run after a catch by him.
Overcome a couple of big penalties there, but the big play on the drive was the Snooty Neal run that set us up in the red zone. Zaragoza will kick it away from north to south, and the Warriors back deep. Here's the high kick, and a penalty is, again, these guys are just flag happy. Offsides against the Savages.
Offsides against the Savages.
Well, good news is you get to do it again. Bad news, it's going to be from about 5 yards back. Interesting where they kicked that. Keep in mind the Warriors almost lost the ball on one of the other kickoffs as they had trouble handling it, and Savage coverage got down there.
Yeah, I mean, there's kind of a soft spot right in the middle there. If he can put it in the right spot, if our guys can get on it, I mean, get downfield quickly, we can.
Yeah, kind of in the Warrior symbol at the end of the circle there, and it bounces to the 40.
Here's a big kick again by Zaragoza. It's fielded and off the chest of the Warrior, and the Savages scramble for it. Who's got the football?
I believe the
Warriors
Savages
came up with it.
Number 15 got in there, and
26 has the ball.
Okay. Quick hands.
Yeah.
But once again, they've bobbled a kickoff from the Savages.
The ball squirted out, and then the Warrior just happened to be in the right place there at the right time.
That's the way the ball bounces. Savages coming out with 51, 52, 53, and 73. Big Jimmy Brown there on the defensive line.
So that's Sossaman and Guillen.
And Williams.
Trey Williams and Jimmy Brown. That's Clay at one of the outside backers. Maddock at the other. Pratt in the middle. Patrick and Howell are the safeties. Fields and Heath are the cornerbacks. Here's Dixon. Had a great possession last time for the Warriors. Back on offense. Looking downfield. Quick pass out in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, number 10. for the Idabel Warriors. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Man, I got to hand it to Dixon. About at least half the snaps to him have been low, hitting the ground or near it, and he recovers quickly. That was a good pass just through the hands of the receivers. Lucky for the Savages, but that brings up 2nd and 10.
Football at the 37-yard line as the Savages try to stop the Warriors here on this possession. Dixon steps in, throws the football down, and again incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 7:34 left, and the Warriors have another player injured.
That was Matichwa. He was the intended receiver on that, and he pulled up hobbled with a cramp before the ball could even get to him. But it was well covered, as Savage had said. Both, I believe, they had a free safety and a linebacker drop back there in coverage.
So it is about 10 minutes till 10 o'clock, and we have 7 minutes, 34 seconds left in the third period on this football game. This is a slow-moving football game.
Wow.
Lots of flags, lots of incompletions,
lots of cramps.
Lots of
cramps, yeah.
Game's taking forever.
It is dragging on, but Savages, well, in control of this one thus far. 22-point lead, 28-6.
But hey, the good news, the lights are still on.
Yeah, there's no lightning.
We're still playing. 28-6, Broken Bow leads Idabel.
Yeah, it's a pleasant night, too. This weather's really, once the sun got down, it's really a nice night for football. For football in early September.
Yeah, once the humidity settled. When we first kicked off earlier tonight, the humidity was pretty intense.
Yeah, good. Saves you a trip to the concession stand. You could just cut a chunk of water out of the air and drink it.
So they'll pick, say his name for me, Matitwa?
It's Matichwa.
Matichwa. So he's going to come off under his own power, but this is the third time tonight that this has happened to him. So the Warriors with a lot of cramps tonight.
And a 3rd and 10 on the field.
Mac Dixon, the quarterback, sets his offense. Savages with 4 rushing up front, and they jump off sides. They're going to give the Warriors 5 easy yards here. Now, I have no idea how many penalties there are in this game because I don't have my abacus handy.
Well, I'll tell you from the perspective the Savage coaching staff, too many.
Yeah, that's for sure.
There's a flag down.
The illegal procedure.
Oh.
Against the Warriors.
Well.
Still a penalty.
Still a penalty, but that is different. So the Savages were drawn offsides.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they were. 7:33 left. Clock stopped on the penalty.
They don't bite on the hard count.
Dixon using all of this play clock. And the game clock is stopped, so the game's getting that much longer. Guillen turns him back inside, being chased by Sossman. Now Dixon will take the ball down and run, and a penalty marker comes in behind the play.
Tackle by guess who?
Cade Pratt.
Yes, correct. That's probably going to be holding as much time as he spent scrambling around. That's
So he got back to the 30-yard line, which actually was not back to because that's a 2-yard loss. But based on where he was at, he got back to the 30-yard line.
Yeah.
But there's a penalty, and we have not seen an indication. And part of what's going on tonight with this long game is it takes forever just to get a penalty signal from them.
Yeah, I think the Savages may.
Here we go. It looks like they're going to march off against Idabel.
March this one back inside because if it's from the spot of the foul, it's going to march them back to their own 20.
Savages declined the personal foul and will bring up 4th down.
Oh, okay. They want to get out of here. They want to get the ball back.
Yeah.
4th down. That brings up 4th down in an obvious punting situation.
Yeah, 4th and about 17 from the 30-yard line. The line to gains the 47.
Well, I say an obvious punting situation, but they are not in punting. They've got their offense out.
No, their punting team's on the field now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw Dixon out there breaking the huddle, but
they got the number 5 back in the game with number 3 on the bench. Number 5 is back in the game in punt formation. Number 4 for Broken Bow, Graydon Howell, back in the kick return position. End over end kick, bounces, and hits a broken bow player in the back.
Oh, man, that's it. Hit Clay in the back while he was blocking somebody.
Sure did, and that's going to be the Warriors football.
That's unfortunate. I don't know. I know Coach could probably tell us, but that's somebody's responsibility, and maybe somebody in back in reception saying, "Get away from the football." It's when you're facing forward and it's bouncing toward you from behind. But that's something that gives the Warriors new life in Savage territory after they were facing a 4th and 20.
Yeah, and that's always when you're a defensive player, you just get yourself off the field and then you give the football right back on special teams. That's always tough. Didn't get a breather, and now you're back on the field. So the Savage defenders will have to step up here, try to make a stop. 7:08 left, third period. So still more than half of this third period left, and it's almost 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, Murphy in for Williams.
Savage is rushing 4 up front, and now we got movement and another penalty.
Well, is this going to be one of those? Well, good morning. It's the fourth quarter, and speaking of that, I know the Downtown Broken Bow is one of our sponsors, and of course they actually do have, I believe it's 2nd Street between Main and Broadway blocked off. They're actually watching the game, and then they have a party after there till, I think, till midnight. So they'll have businesses open there, but
well, at least
they may be able to watch. They may not watch the entire football game if they close at midnight.
That's what I was going to say. At least they'll be open when the game ends. Maybe.
Maybe.
Here's a whistle to stop play. Officials come running in from all the directions, and
do they get paid by the game or by the hour?
I'm not sure. So the referee will go talk to the Savage head coach.
Sideline warning, maybe?
I'm not sure what this is. It looks like no, it's not a sideline warning. In fact, the Savages are well outside that red box over there. So here's Dixon, wants to throw the football. No, that's not Dixon either. Fires the football out, incomplete, intended for Lewis. That's number 12.
That was a great defensive play by Graydon Howell as he broke on the ball, got a hand on it, and knocked it loose.
So Dixon had a little break there for some reason, a breather on that first down play. It falls incomplete, but there's a penalty marker. Guess what? 7:01 left. We can't even get under 7 minutes left. Here's a holding call against Idabel. That'll be a 10-yard mark off, and we'll replay first down. Step it back into Warrior territory, back between the 39 and 40-yard line.
Yeah, the fans tonight getting their money's worth at least on a minute-by-minute basis, so 5 hours of entertainment. What's the saying, 48 minutes to play, a lifetime to remember?
Yeah. Dixon with a low snap, takes off, again chasing. He's going to outrun everybody.
Whoa.
That's another one out of bounds.
That's Heath, and he hit him. Well, he may have hit him.
Hit him right at the line, I guess.
Yeah.
Out of bounds at about the 44-yard line.
So the 44-yard line or thereabouts is where the ball will be marked. It'll be second down.
I think the most dangerous situation for a defense opposing Idabel is Mac Dixon outside the hash marks. Once he gets, an eye on the corner, he can accelerate, and usually it's when he's under pressure.
Second down and 21. Second and 21 is enough pressure by itself without the Savages chasing you.
Ball's on the ground.
Loose ball, scramble.
And it's
Savages have it.
Jackson Porter comes up with it.
Savages covered it that time. Beanbags coming in, and Savage offense gets another chance here with the possession takeaway. Is that the first takeaway of the football game?
It is.
Well, no, the Savages fumbled a punt.
Oh, that's right.
Technically, that was
that's the first one for Broken Bow.
Yeah. So Broken Bow offense will take over 40-yard line in Warrior territory, and let's see if they move as quickly this possession as they did the previous one. They'll have one receiver wide right, twins to the left side of the offense. Graydon Rolling back, rolling to his left, now wants a throwback. He's got Neal open with blockers all in front. This should be a score, and it will be as Snooty is in for another touchdown, untouched. He has 3 touchdowns, and I don't believe anybody has touched him tonight.
And I'm going to say it, and there ain't no flags.
Yeah, there is, too. The flag at the 39-yard line.
Wow, of course.
And look at these guys. I mean, we got guys folding up like army cots here on the Idabel. We still, I mean, they got some conditioning. I mean, I'm just calling it like I see it, folks. I'm sorry, but when you got this many muscle cramps, you're not running enough wind sprints.
That's Coach Mav is out there pointing, and I'm guessing this is coming back.
I don't think it is. It looks like the Savages are happy about it.
Okay.
So they were wanting to call an ineligible receiver, but the pass was behind the line of scrimmage, so it's a touchdown. That's what went on right there, I believe.
That's where he was pointing back toward the other end of the field. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that is a.
So the Savages have another touchdown, 34-6, with 6 minutes 40 seconds left here in the third period, and our freshman kicker and our sophomore holder will try to get this connection through the uprights. The kick is up, and it's good. 35-6, the Savages lead the Warriors. Let's take a quick commercial timeout. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment.
Experience the charm of downtown Broken Bow and discover a wide variety of newly opened shops, tantalizing dining experiences, and an inviting lounge waiting to be explored. Whether you're shopping for unique finds, getting in a quick workout or sauna, or soaking in the lively atmosphere with some ice cream, our downtown area has everything you crave, completely revitalized. Embrace the excitement and let the heart of the community sweep you off your feet. Visit us today and ignite your senses in downtown Broken Bow.
Well, the Savages take the turnover and make the Warriors pay with a 40-yard touchdown drive. One play, 40 yards, and it took 15 minutes of real life to do that.
Yeah. Hey, man, that was Snooty Neal's third touchdown of this game. 2 rushing and 1 reception. That was also Graydon Howell's third passing touchdown. He's thrown touchdown passes to Neal, to Hall, and to Pratt.
Yeah, Neal has 3 touchdowns, and I don't think he's been touched on any of them. I think he's went untouched into the end zone on all of them. Zaragoza will kick it away. A high kickoff, floats and is fielded at the 25-yard line to the 30. Breaks a tackle and hits hard into the tackler at the 36-yard line. That's where the Warriors will take over. 1st and 10 with 6:35 left. Again, still more than half of this third period remaining.
Yeah, credit Jenkins with another tackle on that kickoff return, although he did, I mean, he got ran into, but managed to stand up while the ball carrier fell down. So that's at least 2 tackles for him in this game. Yeah, it looks like Pearson's back on the field along with Jimmy Brown. Savage, that is fresh defensive legs on the line.
So the Warriors with a 1st and 10, football at the 36-yard line, and Dixon in the game at quarterback. Savages with the same defensive set. Straight drop back, looking downfield, pressure in the backfield. Dixon fires the football out of bounds.
I don't know if that got back to the line of scrimmage.
He's outside the tackle. That's got to be a grounding
call.
That's got to be grounding. Yeah, that's got to be a grounding call.
And 2 Savage rushers ran into each other before they made contact with him or would have got to him quicker. Yep, that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, it's intentional grounding. And there was nobody in the area anywhere close to him.
I agree with the call, but, man, the clock is not running.
Yeah, no,
it's not.
Intentional grounding against the Warriors.
Holding against the Savages.
Against the Savages.
Offsetting penalties.
Okay.
We will replay first down.
Well, yay.
Okay. So it's still first and 10.
For our East Coast viewers, we'll be cutting to Good Morning America.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, we will. Savages look like the backers are coming. And they are. They'll contain. Dixon turns him inside. Spin move.
Ooh,
and Trey Williams has him.
Crushing. You see Williams celebrating. Trey Williams just crushed him. That was a great effort by the defensive lineman.
It was a great job by the defense in general. They turned to play back inside, forced Dixon to try to turn it upfield, and Trey was there waiting on him, put a good hat on him when he got there. Clock on the move, 6:04 left, third period, and finally we're halfway through this third period of play. The Warriors faced with 2nd down and 11 from their own 35-yard line. Four up front for the Savages. Williams on the rush this time. Here come all three backers. Ball fired outside, caught, and Heath has the tackle along with Pratt, but not before he gets a 1st and 10. That's going to be enough. They'll reset the downs here for the Idabel Warriors just across the, nope, they're going to say the 47-yard line. They gave him more progress than it looked like he even got there. Football at the 47-yard line, 1st and 10 Warriors.
That was another on-the-money throw on a hook route, and Dixon got the ball there. That pretty good passing, pretty good arm on Dixon, and he can use his legs to buy more time. Savage is going to have to try to contain him and get to him faster in the pocket.
Man in motion, jet sweep, handoff, breaks one tackle, but then gets tripped up as he crosses the 45-yard line, and he's down back at the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Give Achilles Pearson credit for the initial contact, and Pratt an assist on that for finishing it off.
I believe we've executed a play without a penalty.
And the crowd goes wild.
But hold your breath, because there's still a chance here. We haven't snapped it yet. Clock moving. 4:45 remaining here in the third period. Warriors will send 2 receivers to the wide side of the offense and 1 into the short boundary. A back in the backfield. Now motion from right to left. That's Lewis. Dixon with a penalty marker loses the football.
Oh, man.
And Ginn couldn't cover it. Dixon got back on top of it.
Ginn is a flag on the play. Ginn is beside himself because he knows he had a chance.
Well, we got one play in without a penalty. But here we go. Let's see what this one is. They're talking to the Warriors. That's an ineligible receiver?
I don't know.
What's a hand?
He never threw the ball. How can it be an ineligible receiver?
What's a hand on top of the head? I thought that was an ineligible receiver. Am I missing something? I noticed that Jerry didn't know what it was either.
He's referring to Jerry Falling. Yeah. By the way, Jerry Falling, you're familiar and have gone to games at Broken Bow, also calls Idabel home games for the PA announcer. Really appreciate him, and the voice is familiar to both fans of both of these.
Whatever that.
The Warriors is declined. It's going to bring up 2nd down for Idabel.
So it's declined, whatever that penalty was.
Well, yeah.
3rd down for Idabel.
Yeah, with a fumble in the backfield, then it's going to actually put them back farther than it would and losing it down.
So the Warriors now with 3rd down and about 15, 17 maybe. Dixon with the snap. Looking downfield, he'll fire the football. It's in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. That was a super well thrown ball. I mean, that hit the guy right in stride, Chris. Should have been caught.
Over the shoulder, and the coverage wasn't that bad, but the receiver did have had a step on, I believe, Heath over there. But that ball was on the money. I tell you, I hadn't really watched a lot of the film, watched a little bit of the huddle film, but I am very impressed with the passing ability of Mac Dixon. At least tonight, he's been throwing ropes.
So it's going to be 4th down, and the Warriors will be in punt formation. Graydon Howe back deep. Good snap. He'll get the kick away. End over end kick back.
Get away from it.
And boy, it takes a Warrior bounce inside the 30-yard line. It'll roll dead at the 27-yard line. And the Savage offense will get another possession. 4 minutes, 1 second left to work with here in the third period. 35-6. The Savages lead the Warriors. They have the football back on offense here. And we'll see. Chris, they had that possession following the Idabel touchdown on the opening possession of the second half. The Savages came out and moved really quickly. No huddle, just not even really looking for signals. They just quickly on the ball and snapping it.
And you saw Graydon Howe running on 2 of those plays, and just running through the defense like they were butter.
And then on this previous possession, after the turnover, The Savages just had to run the one play, and so here we see the offense again.
Yeah, play clock down to 10.
He'll flip power to the left side of the offense. Look, that's a handoff to Neal, following that blocking. Gets it outside 30, 35, 40, turns it up at the 45, puts his head down, stays inbounds across midfield, and then gets knocked out of bounds at about the 47-yard line, I believe. No, they're going to say he stepped out at the 49-yard line. That's enough for a Savage 1st and 10 in Warrior territory, as Snooty Neal getting a big chunk of yardage on first down.
Drive started at Broken Bow's 37 and is already past midfield.
19 yards on that carry. So Neal should be, well, passing and receiving, his combined yardage is well over 100 yards at this point. Graydon with the snap, fires the football out quickly on a curl route. He's got Williams. Williams takes the football to the Warrior 40-yard line, and he's tackled there just short of the first down. He's going to be about a yard short. 9 yards on first down, leaves 2nd and 1 for the Savages.
That was an impressive run after the catch by Braden Williams as he went down, split 2 defenders, ran over them, and then made contact with a third and surged forward for another yard.
3 minutes, 30 seconds left, clock on the move. Graydon hands it to Neal. Neal's got pressure in the backfield, and he's going to be brought down for a loss. Not much of one, though, as he fights his way back close to the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose a yard.
2.
On the stop for the Warriors.
So they'll move it back to the 42. No, they're going to move it back to the 43-yard line, so it is a loss of 2.
Oh, this is dangerous. The Warriors were queuing, and they were cheating and firing and going on stunts. And if the Savages have the right play call on this, they can catch them up because their backers were coming in and they're playing the run against Neal. Although different down, different situation.
3rd down and 4. And one thing I'm noticing about the Savages tonight is they have stayed very, very fundamental in their play calling, not really wanting to show too much, as this game, in the grand scheme of things, is kind of meaningless other than kind of can disrupt your undefeated season. Graydon pump fake. Now he'll fire the football downfield. It's partially deflected and it's intercepted. Still on the run. Here comes the defensive back to the 25, 30-yard line. Penalty marker comes in with a block in the back by number 72, as the Savages will get the return man down, Lewis, and a penalty marker comes in at the end of the play. Could be a face mask on the Savages. Looked like one of the Savages had Lewis by the face mask there. So this may be, there's a bad block by number 72. And then now let's switch to the tackle. I think that might be a face mask.
And if it is, how do you do it? Because it's a spot foul on the block in the back.
Yeah.
And so
how do you do that on a turnover?
I don't know. They're not offsetting because one's 15 and one's 10, right?
Do you get 15?
Oh, no.
I don't know how this works.
All I know is we have 2 more penalties and we still have 2:17 left in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I don't know how you penalize this. I'm with you on this because there was a.
Well, I think it would be from the spot of the foul, and you go back 10 and then back this way 15. So they would it'd be 5 yards at this side of the spot of the original foul.
Block in the back against Idabel. Personal foul, no, targeting.
Targeting?
Yeah. So they offset.
Okay. As long as we're running a play now, I'm good with that.
So the Warriors get the possession at the line of, where the ball was at. That doesn't make any sense to me either. Oh, well.
Oh, well.
I'm just happy for him to snap the ball, honestly. Here's Dixon in the gun. Looking downfield, fires the football out. Hot pass in and out of the hands of his receiver. Incomplete. Double coverage on the play from Cade Pratt and Dejon Hall, and that'll be 2nd and 10.
So here's one thing with this fast passing game. I mean, it doesn't require a lot of protection because he's throwing the ball about 2 seconds after the snap. And so Savages don't have time to get penetration. The other bad thing, it's a passing game, so it does continue to stop the clock.
Yeah, that's right. Incompletions keep the clock stopped, and then they're using all of the play clock as well. Dixon on a design keeper gets a lead block.
Wow.
And now he's corralled and thrown down, and a penalty marker comes in on the play.
Listen, that was a beautiful job by Achilles Pearson. He came in, took out the lead blocker, and then made contact with the legs of Dixon after he got basically submarine. That may be a block below the waist outside the tackle box on Pearson. I mean, against Pearson by Idabel.
Yeah, okay.
It's a chop block, I think, is the call, because they took Pearson's legs out, and he still made the tackle.
Was there someone in contact with him up high?
No, I don't think so.
Chop block against the Warriors.
That is the call, and it's a good one. It's they chopped, and he still made the tackle. He crawled over the guy. See, they just took his legs out. He crawled over him and still made the tackle. That was a great job by Achilles Pearson. And keep in mind, he was out last week with an injury.
15-yard penalty to take the football back to the Warrior 26-yard line. And we will replay second down. It'll be 2nd and 30. So the Warriors moving in the wrong direction here.
And the clock not moving at all. He was tackled in bounds, though. The clock should continue to move once they, yeah, and it does. Okay, there it goes. They say once they reset the ball.
This has got to be frustrating for an athlete like Mac Dixon, who has played so well, but yet his team really struggling against this Savage defense. Low snap, fires the football out. It's caught. Little inside screen, and the Savage is corralling, get him knocked out of bounds there.
A couple of Savage, I believe that was Meddock and Ginn got shots at him, but then Pratt came up and just bulldozed him over.
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, for a team that was talked about earlier today by one of the Idabel coaches as not being a very physical team, or not being as physical as the Valiant team they played earlier in the season, I think he might want to rethink that.
Well, I think number 0 took those words to heart.
I don't know, more than,
and decided to refute them. Man, he's had a guy. And again, great player, leads the team in tackles. But in this game, Cade Pratt has been a force to reckon with.
I believe the rest of the state is going to be finished. I believe we may be the last active football game in the state of Oklahoma tonight.
Which state? Colorado?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is the Oregon just now kicking off, and they've got a chance to finish before we do. Yeah.
Yeah, well, immediately following the Savages Warriors getting ahead of myself, the Little River Rivalry. Tune in as the Sooners take on Tipple.
Yeah.
We'll lead right into that
yeah.
pregame.
Yeah, we're the early game.
Well,
boy, Shawnee and Ardmore in a shootout tonight. 49-48. They have 2 minutes left in the ball game.
That is close.
Fake handoff. Dixon wants to set up the screen. He's got his receiver, and look at the Savages staying at home. Ginn doing a beautiful. No, that's Meddock. Sorry, 33, doing a beautiful job of staying right in his position, holding his ground, taking the receiver to the ground at the 26-yard line, and forcing a 4th and long to the Idabel offense.
Yeah, that's a great open field tackle on a guy that's faster than he is, but not much.
So 4A4 is going to be the demise of the McAllister Buffaloes this year. Broken Bow in week 1, Poteau in week 2, and now the Ada Cougars are ahead 37-27 with a minute left in the football game.
There's some, I just named 3 very tough teams in 4A4. Whoa, that was almost blocked by Jackson Porter.
That kick is going to be fielded on the move by number 4, Graydon Howell, to the 40, 35-30, one man to beat, and Graydon Howell has a punt return for a touchdown.
Wow.
Any flags? Let's see. No flags on the play, and Graydon Howell has another touchdown.
And he moves with such grace and balance. It looks effortless. It's just crazy how he can move so fast in the open field and not look like he's running. He's just fluid when he runs. And again, the guy can run 400 meters in under 50 seconds. So
yeah. 41-6. Extra point on the way. Still 32 seconds left in the third period. Those of you that tuned in expecting the nightly news, it's going to be delayed just a bit. Blake Skelton will hold. And Zaragoza will kick. Beautiful kick. Dead center. 32.
Zaragoza is.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. 32 seconds left, third period. 42-6 Broken Bow. Let's take a commercial break. We'll be back with the kickoff in just a moment. Well, the Broken Bow Savages building on their lead here, 42-6 now with 32 seconds left in this third period. And they'll kick the football away to the Warriors. The Warriors still have one non-conference game left. They play the Ashdown Panthers next weekend. Savages have a bye week next week, and then we'll start 4A4 district play in 2 weeks from tonight. They'll be at Glenpool. Glenpool coached this year by former Broken Bow Savage and career passing leader for the Savages, Peyton Werner. He is the new first-year head coach of Glenpool. We'll see him in a couple of weeks. Here's our kick. It's going to be bouncing at the 21, fielded on a hop at the 20 to the 25, 30, 35-yard line, spins to the 39-yard line. They're going to say he stopped short there at the 38, actually, and that's where the Warriors will take over. And they still have 25 seconds left to work with in the third period.
Yeah, Maverick Soto and Blake Skelton in there on the tackle. Also had Gavin Staggs in there, but he tried to actually tackle the football as the return man did have it kind of loose there until he tied after Staggs' attempt to rip it out.
So here comes the Idabel offense. They'll try to get something going again. They had a really, really good possession on the opening possession of this half coming out of the halftime locker room, but have not had a lot of plays for positive yardage since then.
And they've actually put Graydon Howling at cornerback on this side instead of safety.
Yes, they do have him in at cornerback. That's interesting. They moved Dejon Hall in back to the safety position.
He's going to be reversed or not.
There's a loose ball, kicking it around. The Savages will chase him down, still on the ground. The Broken Bow has it. Savages will have a red zone possession as the football gets scrambled around and Braden Williams comes up with it. And
wow. I think that was Sossaman on the tackle.
Well, that was a whole lot of mess there for Idabel in terms of execution on that play. And the Savages had a couple of shots at the loose ball and finally came up with it. They're going to say, oh, they're going to change ends of the field. That's what it is. That's going to do it on the third period. We're going to start the final period of play at 20 minutes after 10 o'clock tonight. So hopefully we'll be done by 11 o'clock. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the start of the fourth period in just a moment.
Unless there's a
the rodeo in the Wild West, that's going to live on past my time because a rodeo cowboy or cowgirl certainly are unique individuals. And you got to be pretty special to ride more, to win more. It's man versus beast. That's as basic as it gets. The only way you fail is to not try.
See and share our stories at togetherwe'remore.com.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call Jennifer Broaddus, State Farm agent in Broken Bow today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
Ones. Still got ones. Nope, we got new receivers.
Jatarius. Nope.
We've got Blake Skelton in the football game at quarterback. Cole Patrick is the tailback. We've got new receivers on the field.
Giddens in at the H-back.
44 is Jet Underwood. He's a junior. He's in the X out there to the right side of the offense. 15 is
Jordan.
Elijah Jordan. So the Savages will give Skelton a chance. He's going to get a full quarter of work here. He's a good-looking young quarterback. We haven't seen a lot of him because Graydon Howell is so effective. But here's Cole Patrick on the cut inside the 10-yard line. He's rolled up at about the 9. That's a pretty good gain on first down. Got about 5 yards there. It's going to be second down and 5.
Nice field vision there by Patrick as looked like he was trying to go up right off the tackle and had to cut it outside. Managed to pick up about 4 more yards.
Savages with McDaniel, Shomo, Freeman, Curry, and Hammonds, that same 5 up front. It's always nice, the backup quarterback getting a chance to work with the first-team offensive line. And here's Cole Patrick easily into the end zone
9
for another
yards.
6 points, 48-6 now, with an extra point on the way, and the clock continues to run. So I think we've got a running clock here in the 4th period. Wow. I don't know how to express my thankfulness to see the clock continuing to run.
Yeah, that was a nice run. Speaking of runs.
It really was. Here's Zaragoza, who's going to be the game's leading scorer by the end of the night with all these extra points.
I don't know about that.
No, he's not.
Snooty Neal has
got
3
18.
touchdowns. Yeah, that's it.
You're going to have to score a few more touchdowns for Zaragoza to get there. That kick is up, and that one is also good. 49-6. And we're closing in on Dustin Lascelles' prediction. All the Savages need 1 more touchdown, and Lascelles going to win the pool tonight. Let's just keep it right here. We've talked about these sponsors a little bit, about the 5 media partners, but we also have a couple of banner sponsors along with us for the ride this year as well. Crystal Forest Events Venue and Arklahoma Pools and Spas. We're happy to have those guys with us through these broadcasts as well, helping to bring Savage football to you absolutely free this year here live on the Broken Bow Savages YouTube channel.
Yeah, and again on this YouTube channel, feel free to go back and watch any of last year's games if you want to, or basketball season. They are archived on the Broken Bow Savages YouTube page and available for free viewing as many times as you want.
So with this running clock, we're all the way down to 9 minutes and 25 seconds left here in the football game. So the Savages may get 1 more offensive possession. But it looks like we're going to get to wrap up and get out of here before 11 o'clock after all.
Or midnight Eastern time. Wow, that was
driving kick. Fielded on the back pedal at the 16 to the 20, 25. Hit hard at the 25, and he falls forward to the 28-yard line. And the Warriors will get another offensive possession from their own 28-yard line, 1st and 10.
I believe it was Giddens that made the first contact, but I think it was Skylar Marshall that took him down after that. Nice open field tackle by Marshall.
We've got Jason Sossman, Jimmy Brown, Achilles Pearson.
Trey Williams.
Who's 23?
Do you see a 20?
I do. Jeremiah Moore, 5'11", senior, is out there at linebacker, number 23.
Looks like Maverick Soto.
Jacabrian Giddens and Bentley Brown in the game at linebacker. Maverick Soto is one of the cornerbacks. Mason Mays at one of the safeties. Number 12 is Hayden Jenkins at the other safety.
Hayden.
And I can't see the number of the other cornerback. 21. Here's the quarterback keeper by the Warriors. He's going to get a yard maybe.
And it looks like that at the end of the play, Mason Mays came out with the football, but he was whistled down, I believe, before he got it.
Gain of almost 2 yards there. He's just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll be second down and a long 8 yards here for the Warriors.
Yeah, Giddens and Soto in on that tackle as well, and some, pretty good hits by all 3 of those Savage defenders.
A lot of empty seats in the stadium now as the crowd beginning to file out, seeing lots of headlights in the parking lot.
Well, they got to get to work.
Yeah. Here's Dixon, wants to fire the football downfield. He's got a receiver inside Savage territory, and
wow,
he's tackled from behind at the 45-yard line of the Savages by Maverick Soto.
Man, I tell you, because he has some speed, and Maverick Soto ran him down from behind. I like it.
So the officials are talking to each other, but I don't see the penalty marker. Here we go. Oh yeah, there it is. They threw it into the Savage bench over there. sideline warning against the Broken Bow Savages.
Oh, okay. Well, luckily the clock continues to run.
Clock on the move, 6:40 left here in the football game. 49-6, Broken Bow leads. Dixon with a beautiful pass again that time. Kid has a really, really strong right arm. Bad snap. Steps up into the pocket. Now he's going to take off, and he's going to be rolled up again. This is number 9, Giddens, on the tackle. No gain on the play. He's just across. Looks like he got just across the no, they marked the football right at the 45-yard line. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and that was Sosima that actually flushed him out of the pocket and forced him to go forward, and Giddens finished him off. Nice pressure by the Savage front line.
So the Savages are going to have a nice tune-up here through this non-conference schedule. Yeah. They're going to be 3-0 going into the district play. The only way to go undefeated is to win all 3 of your non-conference games. So they got that job accomplished. But now the real season begins after this. Here's a handoff. Nice, a little bit of running room there, and he steps through the crease.
Dixon on the carry for the Warriors.
But he's going to be brought down just short of the 40-yard line, it looks like, and it'll be 3rd down. Injury on the play, and
that looks like
they will stop the clock
for that,
for the injury. Yeah. Excuse me. So no game next week. For those of you that hanging on out there in internet land, we are off next week, a bye week, and then
for a minute I thought we were still going to be calling this one, but luckily the clock started to run. That's be a nice. That's a good time to stop. Let some of the injured guys get back in gear, get a nice break to go into district, and it's a nice. They've scheduled that this way. Broken Bow's played in week 0, I believe, at least 3 years in a row, and they like to separate the non-conference from the conference schedule.
So we've played in week 0, I believe, every year since it started, since they started having
since year 0.
Since the week, since year 0 of week 0, yeah. And you have to go back. I think we played Plainview the first year they ever did that. We played Plainview in the previous coaching regime, or 2 regimes ago, actually. Here's a drop back pass. Dixon's going to shoot it downfield. Another beautiful spiral pass, and the receiver comes back for it, but cannot make the catch. It'll fall incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down at about 7.
That was Soto running step for step with the intended receiver. Good job of not letting him get behind you. And
clock's going to move under 5 minutes left to play, and I think the Warriors are going to go. They're going to call this 4-down territory this late in the game, as they're still trying to get some more points on the board. Playing for pride right now. Looking to the sideline, trying to get a signal in. Clock moving down under 4:45, 4:40 to play now in the ball game. 4th down. Play clock is at 5. Will he get the snap away? No, he won't. They're not going to flag him for it, though.
Well, just as
Here's a loose ball. Scramble. Rolling out, wants to throw the football, fires it downfield, directing his receiver. It's caught behind the defender. The Savages will get him down, but he's going to have a 1st and goal inside the 10-yard line, as that play was snapped about 3 or 4 seconds after the play clock expired. No flag. So we've had so many flags all night long, and then we don't get one on an obvious penalty.
Yeah, it was still, again, should have been a non-play, but that was a great job by Dixon, one again filing the receiver down, but a good job at the end by Soto, making the tackle, staying with it on the guy he was covering.
Speaking of playing for pride, now's a good time for the Savage defenders to step up, keep the Warriors out of the end zone here late in the football game. 1st and goal. Dixon hands it off inside. Lewis straight ahead. Some pretty good blocking in front of him. He's going to push for about 2 yards near the 5-yard line.
Well, he ran into the Brown brothers, Bentley and Jimmy.
Clock on the move with 3:20 left now in the ball game. 2nd down and goal.
Yeah, Trey Williams, I believe, also in there on the stop.
Dixon on 2nd down. Man in motion. Whistle stops play. Flag on the play as the clock moves under 3 minutes left, and they'll lose 5 on the illegal motion here. Step off the 5 yards, and the Idabel Warriors will replay second down. Oh, no, but it's offsides against Broken Bow. Half the distance.
Nobody jumped. All I can think of is I saw Pearson, I believe it was Pearson, lined up in a stance outside. He might have had his front hand across.
Yeah, but it had to be. I didn't see anything otherwise, so. Looks like we've got an injury on the field and another stoppage of play with 2:52 left in the ball game. Savage defenders trying to defend their goal line here.
Yeah, I think that may be more than well, nope, he's getting up.
He's up.
Okay. Well, it's going to be second and goal from the
3-yard
line.
Yeah.
Savage defense with its backs to the wall.
Clock running again now, under 2:50 left in the ball game. Savage is trying to tighten up front. Warriors will flip the power to the left side. Dixon's going to roll to his right. He's got one man to beat, flips it in the end zone, and that's another Warrior touchdown.
So Warriors, that still gets me when those lights go out. I think it's going to, yeah. But, hey, at this point, I'd welcome it.
Yeah, me too.
Well, Dixon's, statistically going to have a good night passing.
49-12 now. Oh, they're going to go for 2. Warriors are going to go for 2 here to try to make it a 6-score game.
I'd watch Dixon on the run here.
Dixon rolling outside. Shoestring tackle. Shot puts the football up.
Oh, what a tackle at the goal line.
That was a nice play to keep him out of the end zone.
That was a beautiful effort as he caught the ball at the 1-yard line and all he had to do is step forward. And Skylar Marshall came flying out of nowhere, grabbed him, and pulled him down.
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good. I thought I had a pretty good line there with a 6-score game, and that just fell flat. My whole crew here. I didn't even get a smile.
What was that?
I said Warriors are going to go for 2 to try to cut it to a 6-score game.
Okay, I'm sorry, man.
You guys didn't even.
My brain cuts off after 11.
You guys didn't even crack a smile. Wow. Clock running with 1:05 left. If there's any grace in the world, we won't even kick this off.
Well, I think Savages, it's been a good night to be a Savage. Savages did what they needed to do. Warriors showed, because some competitiveness at the first, but down the stretch, it was all Broken Bow. 21-0 at the half, and then Warriors took the opening drive that second half. Looked like threatening, but after that, it was Broken Bow with the help of a couple of turnovers. But Graydon House, stellar touchdown on a punt return and led a drive that, again, featured a lot of multiple weapons. We've got about 6 different Broken Bow players scoring tonight.
Yeah, we have. That's really, and the Savages continue the dominance of this series. Here's an onside kick that's going to bounce through, and Sossman's going to try to cover it up, and does.
Good job.
And that's going to be the last play of the football game. That will mercifully end this football game. 49-12, the final score. The Savages defeat the Warriors in this 114th meeting between the two programs. And as it would be fitting, we've got a player with a cramp down on the field, even after time expires.
Par for the course is.
Yeah. Folks, we so much appreciate you tuning in with us tonight. Thanks so much to our media partners for helping bring the broadcast to you. As always, we'll be off next week and then back with the road show in Glenpool, Oklahoma, 2 weeks from tonight. This crew will be there without me, I think, on that night. So I'll be watching from somewhere in Oklahoma.
Somewhere. At an undisclosed location.
It will be an undisclosed location. I probably have to watch the playback, actually. I won't get to see it live, but 49-12, the Savages go unbeaten in their non-conference schedule here, and they'll set up to play in this District 4A4, which is a super tough district this year, as you have 3 teams ranked in the top 10 in Class 4A from District 4, the Ada Cougars, Poto Pirates, and Broken Bow Savages. And you got a couple of other teams with a lot of talent out there as well, just lurking. Tulsa McLean has a lot of talent on the field. Hilldale has some good players as well, so it's going to be a tough district schedule. Tonight's tonight, however. Congratulations to the Savages. They debut the all-white uniforms, and they do it in style with a 49-12 thumping of their arch rival, the Idabel Warriors. Chris, you have any parting shots?
The trophy is going to stay in its case in the Broken Bow coach's office, and after a week where they had some distractions or at least some comments on them. Savages responded, did what they needed to do, and I think this is a good springboard to get them off into district play.
So the trophy stays in its permanent home. Folks, thanks again. We'll be back on the air 2 weeks from tonight. For Dustin LaSalle on the main camera, Jonathan Callaway running the direction for us tonight. Chris Chandler, as always, with the expert analysis. My name's Skip Copeland. God bless you all. We'll see you from Glenpool in 2 weeks.
This is my time, I'm on the rise, can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time, ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. Cause when it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind, beating the buzzer like, this is my time, this is my moment. You better bet that I'm on it, ready and set, I'ma own it. Blast it to 10, then keep going.